Hello and welcome to the Crow's Nest. My name is Brandon Kane. Here a little bit late arriving on the scene here to this particular game tonight, but I couldn't miss it. We got our new addition up on the hill in Luis Castillo. Mariners trying to bounce back off of a very tough beating last night that they undertook. So I'm hoping maybe we can get a little bit of headway in this game with our, well, it's probably too soon to call him a stopper. But certainly a guy that has been pitching pretty good for us out the gate, and he went right through the Yankee order in the first inning without much troubles outside of a base hit. So we'll see if he can continue this on through. Appreciate all the new subscribers tuning in. That ball's outside. He's gone 2-0 here to Aaron Hicks, who just always seems to get ahead and counts against our Mariner pitchers, doesn't he? Save a couple settings here. That ball's hit up into the air. Eugenio Suarez is underneath it, and that will end the inning. Kelly, hey, how's it going? Good to see you in the chat. Hope you're doing well. Feeling a little chilled tonight. I might be a little lower energy than normal. I got to get a little coffee through me here, actually. But I'm stoked to watch this game. Get to watch a couple of aces take the hill. Hope you're doing good out there. See what our boys might got in store. Mariners went down in order at the bottom of the third. Interesting, they've got Lamb in left field hitting cleanup here. Kelly says, Sam, I've had a headache heading to the game tomorrow. Yeah, me too. It's kind of been that as well. A little bit like, I don't know, it's about that time of year here when we get the forest fires. And you get a full day of breathing that in, you start to get a little, I don't know if it's that, but definitely feeling it. Hope you're feeling better on it. And hey, have fun at the game tomorrow. That'll be a fun one to go watch. Midday, sun will be beautiful, shining bright. Park just shimmers. Nothing like it. Randall McDaniel, my man, how you doing? Good to see you in the house. Says a guy I grew up with is the catching coach for the Yanks. His dad was Swanee, the old bar in Seattle. I remember that bar. Seattle Underground Comedy Club was underneath. Good dude. Oh, hell yeah. Well, known both those places. So both kind of, we can call them historic. But maybe he give you any inside info, man. Megan, good to see you in the chat. Jared Johnson, Lamb hitting cleanup is laughable. It does speak to the state of maybe the desperation of the situation, and as I have termed it, the black holes in the lineup that will exist here, there, and somewhere in between. Don't know the thought process there. Other than, hey, he's hitting 236 this year, so as much as I don't like it, it's like, last check probably higher batting average than Winker, higher than Dylan Moore. They do have Haggerty in the game, so he's not sitting. But I'll give you it. It's interesting. All right, so we head to the top of the second now. Garrett Cole misses on a curveball there. One and 0. That ball's hit on the ground into the shift. Hit hard, but right into the shift, and the first baseman's on it for out number 1. Megan says, B, got our seats for week 6, end zone, behind the posts, and under the 12s flag, dude. So excited. Well, hell yes. I'll be there with you. I'm getting stoked for it, too. We're almost got the preseason game on Saturday this week. I'm getting stoked. Starting to get that excitement here for the upcoming season. Big Country, howdy. How you doing, man? Hope you're doing well. I appreciate you taking me too again, Megan. For this poor man. Eugenio Suarez is up to the plate here. One man down. First pitch, 97-mile-an-hour fastball at the top of the zone. 0-1. Eugenio's played in 111 games this season, which leads the team. The windup and the delivery outside on another fastball. 1-1. Megan says 6 rows behind the Trojan bench when I'm in LA. Today's a great day for me. Hell yeah. USC's going to be, at the very least, exciting this year. That ball's hit directly back. A third straight fastball by Garrett. He challenged him. I mean, Eugenio usually is on those kind of pitches, but Garrett goes right after him there. One and two. Outside. Another fastball. 2-2. And the Mariners did get to Garrett Cole on the last start. Had a couple of home runs, kind of got in. It was more, sort of a little bit of where you get to the pitcher who's a really good pitcher who takes a little bit to kind of get warm, and that ball's outside. Eugenio's drawn this count to 3-2 now. Good job on his part. You sometimes got to get them before. We saw this with Felix, of course. You got to let them get kind of, if you can get them to them before they really warm up and in their rhythm. Payoff pitch, hit up into the air. Judge is underneath this one, and he will have it easily. If you can get it before that spot, you can sometimes really get to them. But once they lock in, you're in trouble. Big Country says, I'm expecting a low-scoring game today. I would expect so, too. The guys we got on the hill. I don't want to say the Mariners got a little lucky as much as they got to Cole in the last start, but I'm not expecting a duplication of that performance here against him today. Ethan says, what's up? Since these two pitchers have faced the opposition so much this year, you think this is really going to be you think this is going to be really a duel? Yeah, I think both these guys early on here are hitting their spots in the zone. They're getting swings and misses. Cole's getting guys more to bat in the play than he's getting swings and misses, but he's got one K, I guess, on a borderline pitch. But they're hitting their spots, and Garrett's feeling good. He throws 5 straight fastballs to Eugenio on that at bat. It tells you he's liking him where he's hitting his spots and his arm's feeling good. Cal Raleigh gives this one a big ride. And, brutal on Cal. We saw this very same thing last night. Just tugs the pitch just a little bit inside. I was just speaking about the ballsiness of throwing that many fastballs, and Raleigh was all over that pitch. But much like last night, this one's even closer. This was even more brutal. Just swings right past the foul pole in right field, and that will draw him 0-2. Tough. So freaking close, man, is right. Ethan says, oh, come on. I know that isn't, I need that meme. Where's that meme? Strike 3. Yeah, Cal's got to be, I'd be in my head a little bit too, man. I've had 2 home runs kind of stolen from me on the foul. I felt like the foul pole's twisting with the turning with the ball away from it. Oh, that was tough. That was so close. Kitty. So 2 innings. 2. No out. No, only 1 hit so far. The liar meme? Yeah, exactly. I need the liar meme. I wish YouTube let people post memes into the deal. That'd be awesome. That would be awesome. All righty. Jared Johnson, Larry Lamb on that Lamb thing, though. You are right. It's lineup's in a weird state right now. Come back Friday, Julio. Come back Friday, please. Hope to God that wrist is okay. Herbicide baseball. What's the score? What did I miss? early pitcher's duel through 2 innings, if you can call it that. But other than that, not a whole lot. Not a whole lot going on. Riverside, Megan, it was a little more expensive for the under the flag seats, but I need to be close to the flag as I can be without being high up due to vertigo. Yeah, it's as we were talking about, Megan. It's in the stadium. It's just you do get up high there, and it's not necessarily as easy to see the action down there. And again, the vertigo thing is real because they tried to get those seats as vertical as they can on the higher deck. Pumpkin is not impressed. No, she's not impressed. She says, concentrate on the loves. Concentrate on my loves. Yeah, Cal almost hit a home run. I guess that's noteworthy. This ball's hit off the end of the bat. Kind of a shades of last night's swing we saw in Gilbert, where the Yankee player just kind of put the barrel of the bat and just managed to use the power arm against them. But in this case, he gets a little nice, soft, easy fly out. Out number 1. Megan says we are high up and on the nosebleeds. Oh, it'll be all good, Megan. It'll be all good. We'll get a laugh at watching Kyler Murray run like a toddler. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa comes to the plate. Ooh, gets a nice borderline pitch call there for 0-1 at the top of the zone. Castillo's working fast. Staying in the middle. He's staying on the plate. 0-1 delivery. Low. Ball 1. Devin Martzall. Hey, Brandon, how's it going, buddy? I'm doing wonderful, man. Chilling. Giving the kitty a little love here. And watching my Mariners, man. Loving life. What? Herbicide says I need cable. Yeah. I had to find my way around to get this one. Inside, 3-1 then. Food was okay, I guess, for the price. I can get a lot of the Seahawks games, too. Once that gets on, then it'll be worth it. Otherwise, I'm ending my subscription. 3-1. Hit foul. Count will run full. Megan, you leave it to me to get the seats, B. You get what you deserve. A little off center to the post, so should have a decent view. Hey, I got good lean action to me, Megan. I got real good lean action to me. I can stay in that lean for 3 hours. No problem. Woo! 97-mile-an-hour fastball pumped at the top of the zone. And Castillo says, I don't like guys with hyphens in the last name. Go take a seat, Yankee. Go put your butt on the back on the bench. And pick a last name. Truffles, I live in San Antonio now and went to the Spurs game. I was almost at the very top. When we stood for the national anthem, my knees and legs got so weak. I've had legit dreams of sometimes not even like real stadiums, but like having like walked in a stadium, like being like up at the top and it like being this, but it was like dreamlike. So it was something that was even beyond real life. I mean, it was like literally looking down, straight down, where it was like one false step and you're just going to be floating straight down the field, falling straight down the field. But they've done some of that, although they've incorporated a little bit of that with modern stadiums. That ball's hit on the ground. This is a nubber. I don't know if Crawford's going to get it. Oh, he's going to get it. How dare I question the Craw. Great play on his part. Ran up. It was just a nobbler. Wasn't going to have a lot of time. Had to get a throw off. Had to do it while he was going to be off balance. As we saw a couple times last night, that's part of the reason why he's been a Gold Glover. And will probably be in contention for it again this year. Randy says Castillo has the cleanest dreads I've ever seen. They're pretty clean. Usually, sometimes dreads can look a little gnarly. And Big Country, it is a terrific start from Castillo. Just what the doctor ordered, right? And we'd love to see him go deep in this game. And also, of course, win the game. Maybe that buried the lead on that one. But you'd love to see a 1-2 on that. As we've seen with some of our pitchers lately in working up their pitch counts, it's hard to do that, even if you're keeping the score low, if you're really putting every count into 2-2, 3-2. But through 3 innings, he's got 35 pitches. It's very good. 3 strikeouts. Continuing to show why he was such an important deadline deal. Yeah. Herbicide, hey, Brandon, you may need to bring duct tape for Megan. Nah. We're going to be both caught in the splendor of our Seahawk football team. I'll be yapping too, man. I'm usually used to, it'll be like for me a little break from doing the play-by-play, so I'll be over there just. I'm telling you, all you need is a PS5 controller, stream the real game, and just pretend you're playing it. There you go. Oh. Oh my God, my cat is so hairy. Why are you shedding like this? Ron Duffney, what's up, man? Good to see you in the chat. Sector 7, this game could go deep. I don't see scoring until the 8th inning. I could see it as well. It's maybe a game that you have to play a little bit of small ball. Be interesting to see if the Mariners change their approach at the plate in that respect. And J.P. Crawford takes the first pitch ball here after making a wonderful play there to end the inning. So hard to get a lot of steam on those throws when you're moving up for those soft grounders. Everything's up on that. Just getting as much up to speed as you can to get to the ball. Then to transfer it into the throw with any kind of force is where it gets tricky, much less accuracy. JP hitting 257 on the year with 5 home runs. Garrett Cole with the wind on the 1-1 pitch. High. 2-1. Randall says, my wife says I have the cleanest receding hairline she's ever seen. Hey, at least it's even, right? You know, it's where you go wrong is when it gets all patchy, or you got to do the comb over thing. Not many guys do the comb over thing anymore. I think most guys, if it starts to go to the U, they just go take it all off, which is what I do too. 3-1 pitch here. Crawford showing good patience. Swings on a 97-mile fastball at the top of the zone. 3-2. But as long as it's even, you know. We got the ham on deck. JP, 3-2 pitch. Knocked foul. JP had a hell of an at-bat last night where he was into a 3-2 count, kept fighting off tough pitch after tough pitch after tough pitch, then able to just draw a walk and force a run. Mariners weren't able to really capitalize on it beyond that, but really nice job by him in that at-bat. This has got some similar echoes of that here. And a great piece of hitting out into left field, but the left fielder's coming in and makes a great play. A nice at-bat by Crawford there. Hit a low-line driver. Left fielder was just on it. Got a great jump on it, quite frankly, because this thing looked like trouble off the bat. But he had to do one of those little baby slides. Just a baby slide. But he made the catch. It's a good play. Make it so I'm meeting Blitz, and as long as I lay eyes on Coach Carroll at least once, I'm golden. Ball one, strike one there to Sam, or I should say Ham Haggerty, hitting .311 on the year with 3 home runs and 11 RBIs. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Really nice to see him getting the at-bats in this lineup. We're at a point in time of the year where you got a guy hitting how he's hitting, playing the defense as he's playing, running the bases as he's running. You want to keep that in your lineup, especially when you have a dearth in so many other areas. And it makes me look good on that pitch. Knocks a 100-mile-an-hour fastball between I don't think they had a full shift on there. If they had, that might have made the difference. 100-mile-an-hour fastball in that spot that I tell you with lefties you got to stay away from. Down and in. That's the money spot. Righties, away. Middle and away. Righties, it's kind of like low, middle, high. It's just as long as the pitch is away, that's their power zone. All right, Jared Kelney comes up to the plate now. Boy, this is one of the more important games of the year for Jared as far as we got guys coming back here. Trammell's coming back soon off the thing. Julio's coming off the IL soon as well. And they're going to try to keep Haggerty close. Certainly is a threat to run here. Kelney, eerily similar with Kyle Lewis, just at times here it's really scuttled, even on his return now from AAA where he was doing really well down there. Garrett Cole comes set. He's paying very close attention to Ham Haggerty on that side of things. Couple of pick-off attempts. He wants to keep him close. All right, Haggerty gets his lead here. He keeps pressing. He's like, you ain't scared me yet, Garrett. And Garrett steps off the mound and says, I see what you're doing. Stop it. Haggerty says no. Gets another lead. Ball is high. A good, nice pitch there. A little curve ball there. Bent it back down through the zone, I suppose. 0-1. Not pleasant, but I can deal with it. Might need a spoon or a spatula bee if that happens. Big Country Ham Swaggerty, my man. That's right. I got to give him the Swaggerty, too, at this point. I got to elevate him above just the ham. Swing over. Oh, another pickoff attempt by Garrett Cole. Boy, he is very, very worried over there about the elite speed of one Ham Swaggerty. And who wouldn't be fearful of the swag machine? That's too much swag for one man to have. He gets his lead again. Giving Garrett the subtle little bird there. You ain't going to throw over here again. Pitches in. High fastball, 98-mile-an-hour fastball that Kelney put a good swing on, but nonetheless it looked about an inch or two, more like probably 2 inches up out of the zone. Kelney's like, I haven't seen a fastball in 2 months. F you. I don't care where it's at. Kelney steps in now. Haggerty again gets his lead over on the first base side. Low. And boy, the catcher's getting... The swag machine has now invaded the catcher's mind, and he's living rent-free. Catcher almost did a fake throw over there. They are very worried about what's going on with Swags. 1-2. Garrett Cole comes set. Again throws back over to the first base side. He says, ye shall not pass, Ham. I know your power. Superhero draped in a utility player's body. 1-2 pitch here to Jared Kelney now. Can he beat the shift? Ooh, nasty fastball, nasty curve button, the slider there. That was a slider, sorry. Nasty slider there, gets it out over right through the zone. Like I said, he's not been getting many fastballs, and he got his one to hit, and he fouled it back. So that will be out number 2. 283, a little late, but hello. Hey, what's up, 283? Ethan says swag is in Cole's psyche. He is. Herbicides, hockey is so fun to go to. Go Silvertips. I'm getting in Cole's head. He is. I love it. The Big Red Dog, how much swag would Sam Haggerty have if Sam Haggerty could have swag? I ain't saying that. See that? He fake going. See, look, he's deep in the catcher's mind right now. He's like Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street style inside that brain right now. Is he running? Is he going? Haggerty's controlling this game right now. 1-0 delivery here to Frazier. Lineup turns over. 2-0. Again, the catcher stands up, looks at Haggerty and nods. I am not making this up. I see you. You're not getting to me. I'm getting to you. You're not getting to me. I'm getting to you. You don't get to. I get to. I'm the catcher here. Haggerty again gets his lead. Blows Garrett a kiss. Ooh, another nice little curveball there. Slides back in through the top of the zone. Cole's thrown a few of those. If only he had a lot of rotation, a lot of bend on that curve. Haggerty gets his lead. Yankees are playing Frazier a little more straight away in the infield. Outfield, they've actually got the center fielder shaded to the left field on him. It doesn't appear that they think Frazier can turn around a fastball on one Mr. Garrett Cole. Makes his swag by name and nature. That's right. Oh, and he's going. He's going. Oh, he got called out. The big ham got called out. I don't know about that one. We need a replay on that one. He's got too much swag to get thrown out. It's not possible. It's not humanly possible. And they don't show a replay. Big Red Dog swag by Sam. Dumpers by Cal. I'm putting that on a t-shirt. Oh. Megan says, okay, dipping my toe into the shallow end of the pool. Ham is cute. Not Steve Largent cute, but still cute. Damn, that was a great play by the Yankees. That was good. That catcher put a great throw on. And Garrett, you have to give props to Garrett Cole there and not forgetting Swags is on that side. He's kept him close that whole at bat, making sure he wasn't letting him get that little extra foot. He gets that extra foot of space there on that jump. That's the difference between him being safe and out. So a bit of a great combination of defense between the pitcher and the catcher there. Big Red Dog never got to the bag. Big Red, I thought that was a good jump too, man. Looked legit to me. I would have loved to see at least one of those super slow-mo, high-res, close-up. You know, here comes the glove, here comes the thing. I mean, it looked like it was probably right, but just to make sure, you know. Just to make sure. Ron Duffy asked if the Yanks signed Judge. At the end of the day, Ron, I think that if you're putting this is definitely, I think, a little bit of an open like, there's not a true, like, front runner where it's a no-brainer he'll go here or there or the Yankees will re-sign him. But I would say that the Yankees are the team at the end of the day that if I'm laying a bet in Vegas, Ron, I'm putting it on the Yanks keeping him. Because at the end of the day, he's not going to go to a bigger market than New York. He's established himself there. Fans love him. And the fans in New York can sometimes be fickle. And then you have an organization, the Yankees, who have more money to spend than any organization in all of the sport. That all just adds up to me that at the end of the day, a deal gets done and he's just going to be signed there. It's going to be for perhaps $1 billion. But he will be signed when it's all said and done. And we get that matchup right here with Castillo starting out. First pitch, 97-mile-an-hour fastball at the kneecaps of Judge. And he swings and misses. Oh, Haggerty he slid through the bag, I guess. Even if he got there, he slid through. Another 97-mile-an-hour fastball. He says, I ain't scared of you, Judge. Right through over the middle of the plate on that one, and Judge again swung through it. Judge tucks the bat under his arm for a second and thinks, chews hard on that gum, digs in, far back into that batter's box as he can get. Low. Come back with a change up there? Yeah, he did. I like that changeup by Castillo there. That's a great waste pitch there because you're changing his, and then that's batted foul. Throws him another changeup back to back. Great pitch sequence by Castillo. Having swung through those first two pitches, you got Judge then going, okay, if he throws me another fastball, I'm just torquing up on this. So then you come back with the two changes. Change how he's locking in on you a little bit. 1-2. Low. That was a slider on that one. 2-2. Steele comes set, and another slider misses far outside off the plate. Ron Duffy, would he take it? I think he'll take it, Ron, because they're going to pay him more money or as much money as anybody else in Major League Baseball. I don't think anybody's going to be able to surpass the deal they're willing to offer. And that ball is hit hard. Great job on that at bat by Judge of getting back in on top of the count a little bit, pulling it to a 3-2 count, and then knocks a single out into left field. I think right now the Yankees are just probably, it's like when you get the big bill, you're at dinner and they bring out the bill, especially now with some of the dinner prices you get if you go out, and you look at the bill and you're like, dear God, we ordered all that, and you do that little gloom, that little, son, can you wash dishes? So I think that's what's going on at the Yankees right now, and a little bit of the holdup of the negotiations is that they're swallowing very hard to give him that contract, but at the end of the day, they're going to give it to him. And this is a first pitch swinging Benintendi. Jared Kelnick is there, and he throws it back in there before Judge could potentially tag up. A hard hit, well-struck ball by Benintendi, but Kelnick was able to get underneath it. 283 says pitch count's looking good for Castillo. It's looking solid. He's doing a good job of working the zone. No walks. Going after these Yankees hitters. You love to see it. If you're a power pitcher, no lineup should really scare you in that respect. You should be the kind of guy who goes out there and goes after everybody, at least in mentality. Big Country says at least Kelnick has a glove. He's okay out there, right? Let's just say he's not Julio, but he's all right. Mariners still dead even with the Rays right now in the wild card hunt. Low. Ball one. Donaldson tore our Mariners a new one yesterday. Felt like he could have closed his eyes and hit a ball hard. Big Red Dog says, so close. Have a friend there. I converted him into a baseball fan. Yeah, I think you might. The sport could very well start to get some fans back with a couple of things starting to happen now that I think are encouraging. We'll see. I don't think it'll ever be a sport to overtake, football or probably even basketball, but at least start to find a renewed vigor to it. And Castillo has gone 2-0 to Donaldson. This is a dangerous pitch here. 2-0. Guy whose bat's starting to maybe perhaps warm up here a little bit. Here's the one, the delivery, and he took a big hack at that. Swung right over the top of a slider right there. He thought he was getting the fastball. Nice job by Castillo not to give in to him. Deron Everest, the score, 0-0. Swing and a miss. He comes back with a fastball on that one, 2-2. So still no score. Yankees got 2 hits. Mariners got 1. Have a good night, Ron. Megan, I converted my almost 3-year-old nephew to the M's, much to his Cardinals loving father's disgust. Hey, our uniforms are nicer. Stuff like that appeals to a kid, and that alone. But good. Hit foul. Castillo got that one up to 98. Donaldson fought it off. Donaldson taking a deep breath there. Come on, Luis. Come on, Luis. Have yourself a good night, Ron. Appreciate you jumping in. That ball's knocked up the middle. We might have a double play ball here. Frazier's on it. Tags the bag. Throws over to France. I don't know, then 2-3-1, 1-2-3-4, 2-6-1, whatever it is. It's a double play. Mariners get out. Out of trouble does Castillo get. And again, keeps that pitch count low. It's through 4 innings now. Castillo has a mere 49 pitches thrown. You do like seeing that. Big Red Dog says this is the way. Best D in baseball. That's right. And that accounts for something huge and something that's sometimes hard to measure. I know they've got defensive metrics and advanced defensive metrics. But, you know, I think just sometimes the casual eye, that stuff gets a little bit lost at times, but it has such a big impact. Like it says, your nephew yells one of two things when he sees me. He'll blitz or go M's. Either way, his father is annoyed. Laughing out loud. Hell yeah. Hey, you got to let the kid naturally choose. Sorry, Dad. He needs to convert himself over from a Cardinal fan and just save him a life of torment and pain. That's what he really needs to do. We got the Mariners going through the middle part of their lineup this next inning. And again, Jeremy Lamb hitting cleanup in this game. It's cool. You're getting me in blitz, though. That's awesome, Megan. I love my brother being Cardinal fans so much when they lose. Not so much when we lose. Yeah, that's the downside of it. And they played us pretty evenly. All right, Garrett Cole gets to work here now on Frazier, who steps back up to the plate after the Swags was thrown out. It'll be 1-0 here. See, Mariners can do some manufacturing this inning. Eesh. Cole got a good call on that pitch. That slider looked like it bent around the whole damn plate, and he still got the strike call there. 1-1. Haggerty digs it out into center field, and this is going to get down for a base hit. Haggerty's going for 2. He's digging in. He shouldn't have, as he is out by a mile. Did the first base coach send him on that? Tried to get around for 2. Hopefully he's not hurt there. It was kind of an awkward slide. He just hit that a little too hard to the center fielder to be able to dig out 2 on that play. But he just committed. The second base runner thrown out in this game so far. And ow. Ty Fran's up the plate now. Outside, ball 1. Funky butt loving. Yeah, that's right. That's about the right word to use there. That's. Sorry, Adam, you don't have Julio's speed. No, not quite Julio's gear, does he? He kind of, I think, drove it harder than he thought. Because that thing was on a good little line out there in center field. It took like 2 hops, and the center fielder was on it. Ty lined out in the first. And he sits 1-1 here. Come on. There you go. Yeah. I know. You tell him. Ooh, check swing. Scary swing. That's exactly the same thing we had seen on Julio, where you get your hand hit on the other side where it comes up and then the ball hits you. That will be strike 2. It's like a double oomph, because not only do you get the strike call, but you almost break your damn hand or wrist. Brandon Schutz, I'm here. How are you? I'm doing great, Brandon. Hope you're doing well tonight. Hope everybody's doing well tonight as well. I haven't said that before. Ball outside, 2-2. Please do hit the like button as well if you do like what you're listening to. It does help me out. We got 2-2 here by Ty. Good job working the count here as he does. No, we can't go up there. Bouncing ball here. This is going to hit high. It's going to take a good throw, and it gets him on a hop. Good job by the third baseman there. France, of course, not exactly the most fleet of foot. And that will be quickly 2 down. Kitty, you can't go up there. You're going to push. You're going to hit the escape button if you go up there. I know you will. Brandon Schutz, hey, you're here. Did you hear the Astros win today? I did not. It looked like I saw Texas was either right with them or up earlier, but I didn't get a chance to check the scoreboard before I went live. That ball's hit on the ground well by Mitch Haniger, and he continues to blister the ball since coming back from the IL. That'll be a single out into left field with 2 down. This team does like to do their work with 2 down, don't they? Just takes a slider there that didn't do much sliding. But Brandon, you know, I'm really my eyes at this point are my sideline on this with this team, with the injuries we're working through, with getting the guys back up to speed. I'd love to say that we could do some magical run to come back from 11 games down in this division and try to go get that deal. But I just think at the end of the day, the team's going to be more angling itself to just try to get into the playoffs. So what the Astros do is important, but at the point in time, it would take a mighty run by this team. They would need like another 10-game winning streak type run to get them into that contention. I wouldn't put it past them. I mean, they did it once this year, but it's probably not likely to occur. And Jake Lamb takes a first pitch ball here from Mr. Cole on a knuckle curve. Another knuckle curve there, ball 2. Megan says, OB, for the not really a baseball fan here, what does it mean if a batter is a switch hitter? It means he can bat from both the left and the right side, whereas most batters can only bat from one side. They're either lefties or righties. They're ambidextrous. Brandon Schutz, what's my cat's name? Cat's name is Pumpkin. She's a little fire starter. And very vocal, as you can hear. 99-mile-an-hour fastball on the outside edge of the plate there. Strike 1. Like seeing Lamb take a strike there, though. I do like that. Rangers were down 7-5. Oh, okay. Maybe I saw the scoreboard weird. I wasn't paying too close attention, but holy goodness, Jake Lamb is definitely getting the Uber shift treatment here. It's going to be so interesting to see how baseball's impacted when this is taken away next year with how much of a high volume it's used. Yeah, it's true. Herbicide also mentions, though, Megan, switch pitchers are the true anomaly. You don't see any of those, not at least getting to the major league level. 2-2 pitch, high, inside, little chin music there on a fastball, 3-2. Brandon Schutz, which channel is the Seattle Mariners game? Because I'm going to put it on the Major League app. I would listen on Big Red on that one. I'm watching on Fubo right now myself, so I'm not sure the channel. Good job by Lamb there to fight that 99-mile-an-hour fastball on the black outside part of the plate off. Well done. It's a tough pitch to hit there. Four-seamer right on the edge. That thing's running away from you, too. 3-2. Haggerty will be going from first base. No score in this ball game. Bottom of the 4th. Lamb takes a little bit of a breath here. Come set. The wind. Whew. 99-mile-an-hour fastball on the inside corner. Strike 3 had him looking. Well pitched inning by Garrett Cole, and we definitely do have a certified pitcher's duel going on here, folks. Garrett, one of the aces for the Yankees, because the Yankees always have multiple aces, because they're the Yankees. So you at least call him one of the aces, and of course, one of our Mariner kind of ace right now at the moment. At least he's been so far since coming aboard. Luis Castillo. Castillo will be facing Gleyber Torres, Andujar, and Hicks next inning. So he's going to get the bottom of the lineup. Ron, you back? What's up, buddy? Megan says Queen Pumpkin. I think you mean B. That's true. She is the queen of the household. She knows it. She runs everything. It's a good cat. I'm unavailable. Did they do their slumping? They need to win. They're in a slump. Well, I mean, they're not. I don't know if we go fully slump, because you did split the series with the Angels, and you know they're definitely not hitting great right now, and you're missing Julio's bat from this lineup tremendously. That being said, they need to start finding a way to generate some runs here, and certainly getting thrown. I don't mind Haggerty trying to get a stolen base there. I'm good with that, but the pushing a leg out for a single there. Just you're the opening batter of the inning. Take the single. Being the first out of the inning at second base isn't the no that being the first out at third base is, but it's kind of in the same lane, isn't it? Especially for a team that, like I said, does so much of their damage too with 2 outs so often here, where you don't have any wiggle room at that point. Brandon says, "Did you hear the Atlanta Braves scored 9-7?" I didn't. It's a good Braves team. It's gonna be fun to watch. It'll be legitimately fun to watch both the American and National League playoffs, because you're gonna get true, really good matchups in all those series, I think. Castillo sets up now, and Gleyber Torres knocks this one high and deep to center, but Kelney is under it, and that will be the first out of the inning. Bro, they first in the division. We're fighting to stay in the wild card. That's right. Yankees are in a mini slump. Yankees were kind of slumping coming into this series, that's for sure. They're still a good team, though. They're still a team that was at one point on base pretty deep into the season to match or be very close to that Mariner record of 116 wins. That ball is batted foul. First pitch there. Sure would love to see Castillo get right through the bottom of this lineup here as he works his way through the 5th. Woo! 97-mile-an-hour fastball, top of the zone, had Miguel Andujar swinging up out of his shoes. Did a little spin there, almost. 0-2 pitch. See if it gives him the change with the slider. Slider. Low, ball 1. Pumpkin. I got to put the cat comb through you. This is like a... Too much hair. Too much hair. Right up, Daniel, any interest in Hard Knocks? I bet MCDC will be entertaining. Well, they released that clip the other day with their running back, Jamal Williams, hyping everybody up, and I think that coach will make it fun. You know, he's certainly not going to be the monotone, typical coach you get. He's that fire and brimstone type, which I think that in itself could make it entertaining. A little bit. I've kind of got less out on Hard Knocks because I just think that though it's gotten more well presented, and I just sometimes they're not as engaging to me as I would like. 1-2 here. Miguel's done a nice job fighting off some pitches and takes a high 98-mile-an-hour fastball for ball 2. I'm not anti it, but I feel like you'll see any of the best clips online, Randall, without having to watch the whole episodes. I could save myself the 45 minutes. 2-2 pitch, swing, and a miss on a slider on the outside part of the plate. Castillo continues to deal to the Yankees here. Truffles, that's what I'm saying, though. The video, they said umps aren't checking as much anymore. On replays? I must have missed. I think you're talking to somebody else on that. Dan W., when did Seahawks announce Russell as the starter? I feel like to build team rapport, they just working Drew up so the team respects it when they promote him. It's a very interesting point. And Castillo again gets up on top of this count. 0-1 to Hicks. Bounces in a slider there for 1-1. They had announced it with Russell Wilson much sooner than where we are in camp at this point. Did they? No, they hadn't yet. That's wrong. Ball 2 there, inside. Because remember, you had gone into the first Titans playoff game, and Russ didn't get into that game until the third quarter. He was technically the third quarterback off the bench in that game. They definitely were impressed by the kid, but I think it wasn't until he was showing it in the games that they made the call. 2-1. Batted down into Hicks's foot there, 2-2. So I'm okay with them still taking a little bit of time on this to announce it. And you might be right onto something with it where they're just, I've kind of thought that too, that there's, why Locke's not being more thrust out there beyond giving Gino the respect for being the good soldier through the last couple of years. And this will be the 2-2 pitch now. Come on, Luis, put him away. Oof, inside, couple inches. Luis wanted that pitch, but that was certainly a ball. Luis gives him a little wry smile back at the ump. Yeah, it's all right. When you see the pitch tracker, you'll know it wasn't quite a strike there. But I've thought that there might be a psychological element in this, Daniel, in how they're dealing with Drew on this a bit. And he hits that ball straight up. Raleigh on it. Is he going to be able to make a play? He is. What an interesting little play for the third out of the inning. He knocked the ball straight up into the air. Raleigh just thought it was knocked back. Then he had I don't know if somebody yelled at him on the field, but then he had suddenly one of those, I left my keys on top of my car and drove off looks on his face. And then he suddenly snapped into motion and went and tracked down the foul ball that was just barely in play. The big dumper is always entertaining. Even when he gets outs like last inning, he's putting the ball up in the second deck. He's giving you a wow swing. But I do believe, Daniel, there is a little bit of that psychological helping him along. Again, not because you just do that to any player and that Carroll just, that's the way I operate, is I like to psychologically. I think he does tend to want to do that with players to a general degree. But he's doing it in the specific case of Drew Lock because of the fact that you have a guy maybe who's had his confidence so eroded on his last stop. And he is a young player. And young players need confidence. Young players need to be told they can do it rather than having constantly the stick, a little bit more of the carrot. And holding off and thrusting him out in that lineup, waiting till they're making truly sure, making, like you said, that the players embrace it, makes a lot of sense going that route with it. And I'm with it. Ron Duffy, you a Yanks fan? No, Ron, I'm a Mariners fan, man. Mariners channel. Brandon says, I have this game on Root Sports. That's how I'm watching it. My stream just took a you-know-what. What's going on here now? Gotta refresh this sucker. Stream's down. Stream's down. That was a failed pitch. Rattle says, I think Russ was named starter after the Chiefs preseason game. Yeah, which would have been, it was Titans, Broncos, Chiefs. And all of the games he played good in, but he kept playing better and better and better. And then the Chiefs one, it was undeniable at that point. So, yeah, this is being weird. Is my internet here? What's going on? Come on, Fubo. What am I paying for here? Brandon says I'm going to head to bed. Good night. Have a good night, man. Ethan says nice calculus. Dude, my whole Fubo thing's just gone. Do I have no? It's being weird. My computer just decided to say no, not today. What's going on? Okay. So, sorry I can't give you some play-by-play at the moment. Having a little bit of an issue with the old didgeridoo. I guess we'll do it on this here. Make sure this is turned off so you guys don't hear it. You guys don't need to hear that. Alright, hopefully my stream computer can handle this. It's sometimes stupid about this. But let's see. All right, we're back in action, so it looks like we got one out here. Got my stuff back. Technology, you know what I mean? Technology. Unavailable, go wise. I don't know any wise. Strike, was that a strike or a ball? Yeah, they made a strike call, but they're calling it a ball. Raleigh up to the plate now, hitting 199 on the year, 16 home runs, 39 RBIs. Just missed a couple of home runs in back-to-back nights now as he's kissed the foul pole. The pitch by Garrett, knocked foul. Okay. Unavailable, yeah, but Robbie Ray ain't that good a year compared to Cortez. We'll see. That's for tomorrow's matchup. We'll worry about that tomorrow. We got to deal with Cole tonight. You guys got to deal with Castillo tonight. We'll see. And nice fastball there by Mr. Garrett Cole as he pumped it right past Cal. Tempting fade with Cal a little bit on these fastballs. He's a dead red fastball hitter. And he already had a measured up once there. 1-2 pitch. Hit hard, and that is down the line. That will be a nice little stand-up double there for Cal Raleigh with one man down. Good piece of hitting on his part. Good piece of hitting. Nice, just level swing there. Garrett Cole up to 68 pitches now in this game. Crawford up at the plate. Oh for 1. His first at bat was Crawford. He hit a solid line drive out to left field. And he takes the first pitch strike. Cal Raleigh now has the most home runs in the major leagues this season from the catching position. That is very notable, I believe. Along with the fact he gives you double power, too, not just a home run guy necessarily. And that's knocked foul. Crawford's gotten himself into a bit of a hole here now in this count 0-2. Let's get a run is right, Truffles. Big dumper. Big dumps. Unavailable, as Cole says. Cole's bouncing back here. We'll see. He's got Croft and 0-2 count here. Let's see if he comes back to him or if he starts doing a little bit of nibbling. All right, 1-2 here. Crawford takes that. High, ball 2. King Pokemon Nation says, time to eat. It is. I'm getting a little hungry, aren't we? A little hungry for some runs. Been a little starved of recent. What's Mama got cooking on the stove, Ty? What's Mama got cooking on the stove, JP? Here's the pitch. Hit up into the air. This will be playable for out number 2. Crawford got badly jammed there. Looked like it was a pitch that was out of the zone as well. What's the Braves Red Sox score? It's a good question. Where is that? Where is it? I don't see it on the score thing I'm looking at here. I'm probably like staring right at it. They never show the top scores up that you're looking for. Big Country says JP's batting average has fallen off a bit in the last couple weeks. It has. And Haggerty takes 0-1 here. Haggerty with a base hit in the first inning. Got that average up to 319 now. Raleigh at second base. 2 men down. Garrett Cole comes set. Here's delivery. Outside. Ball 1. Great eye there by Haggerty. That's a borderline pitch that we've seen umpires at times call in recent weeks. Able to hold up there, though. One. Garrett steps off. The threat of Cal running was just firing through his brain. King Pokemon Nation, what a game, all Red Sox. It would be very Red Sox-like for them to start to turn on right now. I'd love the Red Sox to actually get hot right now. That whole division needs to beat up on each other. Haggerty fouls this ball back, a fastball there, and that's 1-2 now. Alvarez says time to eat, 4-hour stream. We won't go 4 hours tonight. No, not tonight. It might be on my Hawks Nest. I'll do it tomorrow. We're going to talk a little bit tomorrow about Roquan Smith. King Alvarez says I stream Red Sox and Braves. It's a good matchup. Can't be better than this one, though. Haggerty got a 1-2 here now. High on a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. Ball 2. Chosen one. I don't remember the last time I was this excited with the Mariner roster. You should be chosen one. You know, I mean, I'm with you on this. I've heard of a variety of folks come in this stream saying the same thing, and I say not as to be a guy who's not here to try to wave palms, but instead as a guy saying you should be excited because this is and having some of the same trepidation we've had in the past. Haggerty gets on top of that ball, hit up a little bit too high in the air. Aaron Judge will be able to get up underneath this one, and that will be out number 3. So we have 5 innings in the book. 2 hits for the Yanks, 4 hits for the Mariners, no runs for anybody, no errors. And this is what they call a pitcher's duel. One parries, one tries to stab, knocks the stab away, another one comes back, clink, clack, clink, clack, clink, clack. But at the end of the day, chosen one, they're on the path. And whether we see the fruits fully able to be eaten this year and ripened, I don't know yet. When we're watching that, that's the fun of watching this year come together in that you are on that ascent. But on the ascent, you're getting close to that point of being one of the teams that when they say Yankees, Astros, they'll soon be saying Mariners within them as those teams competing within the American League truly, and not just, this is a dark horse team or a Cinderella team, as, you know, or should we be somewhat viewed right now as. So yeah, they've got the parts and pieces in place. They have set the stage not only this year to go make a run of at least a little bit here to get in the playoffs, and then they've really got the stage set moving beyond this into next year as far as where the payroll is at, where the roster is at, and what your needs will be as you move into this next off season. You're going to have money to spend, and you're not going to have as many places as you've had in the past to have to address. You've got your As I said, you got your first baseman, you got your shortstop, you got your center fielder, you're probably being back Haniger, you got your catcher, you got your whole rotation basically set, your bullpen's on point. Starts to whittle down what the needs will be. There will be needs, but just whittles them down. Big Country says the O's won again. Come on, man. Laughing out loud. Of course they're going to get hot. Aren't you guys supposed to just go for a draft pick at this point? Come on. Unavailable. Wow. Yeah, KS can still beat Kansas, St. Louis, but Colorado can. Dan W., I laughed at your last Hawks Nest stream at 19 minutes. You said going to be a short stream, and I caught in late, so I watched the upload, but I saw it was 4 hours and 30 minutes laughing out loud. So much for short stream. Well, the sad part or not sad, but the awesome part, but it just is what it is now, is that's a short stream now. It's the new days of the Hawks Nest. I now, to stay, if I want to try to catch up on the chat, it's 5.5 hours now to get to that spot. So it's not significantly shorter, but yeah, I'm gonna start doing them more in the 3-hour range and calling it a day. I think at that point we're kind of regardless where I'm in the chat, but the guys keep me going. They keep me juiced. It gets hard to hit that end stream button. You know, I want to just keep going. But yeah, I definitely go hard sometimes. 0-1 pitch here, 1-1 here now on the first batter of the inning. This is going to be. I thought they were back up on LeMahieu here. Oh, no, okay. We're Trevino and Kiner here to lead things off. Oh, that's trouble. That's trouble. Oh, and it just hooks foul. Boy, when he hit that ball off the bat, that looked like he had a home run there, and that ball just, that's as hook as you get. That's Captain Hook right there, Jose Trevino. Trevino has just wore the Mariners out this year, hitting .357. Strike three, though. Castillo comes back with a gnarly fastball at the kneecap. Says, how dare you hit a ball hard off me? You shall pay. Shall pay the iron price. Randy says, I think getting Neal from Atlanta is better value than Roquan. Yeah, I don't think it makes sense necessarily, but it's fun to talk about and what the addition could do to a defense and what it could mean. I think at the end of the day, you factor all the important points out, and it meets out to probably just not the right kind of move to go with. But boy, would it be a big swing. 1-0 here. And we have to remember, too, 2-0. We also have to remember, too, Randall, is we have Desai here, who did coach the kid last year and would know how to inject him in to do just what they want, what he needs to do coming in here with Jordan. That'd be a nasty pairing. Whew. Speaking of nasty, 97 miles an hour, back edge of the plate, on the knees. 2-1. Castillo left one up in the middle of the plate on that one, and he's had a couple in this inning now where been hard hit balls that have just drifted foul. He left that one right up in the middle of the plate there. Steele's done a good job when he gets behind in counts here of still locating his pitches. Woo! He missed his spot there. It was supposed to be on the first floor, and he put it on the 10th floor. And Kiner Falefa just swung right through it. No chance at that one. You're not hitting that pitch. That thing was rising. It was making that noise too. Ethan Teckwell, why did Aaron Goldsmith say slugged? I don't know. DJ LeMahieu up the plate. On which one? You'll have to mention which one it is. You mean on which pitch? Unavailable says I was at the game and Cole gave up 6. Yeah, we just got to him early before he could settle in. Oh, very nice slider there on the outside part of the plate. Great pitch, 1-1. Clinton Byfield says, how much pitch did Cole throw? Cole's up to 78 pitches for the game right now. He's probably got another inning or two at the very most in him before the Yankees will start to go into the bullpen. 1-1 here from Castillo, and that's hit on the ground to Frazier. He swallows it up. flips it over there to tie, and that will end the inning. So Castillo continues a masterful job of pitching here, working fast, staying ahead in counts, and keeping his pitch count down. He's got 76 pitches now through 6 innings of work versus Cole's 78 pitches through 5 innings. Mariners have had a little bit of a better opportunity to work Cole just a little bit more. We'll see if that maybe factors in if we can get to the Yankee bullpen in an inning early. I do like Neal though, Randy. I like Neal too. He's good in coverage, isn't he? Randa says, I had a thought the other day, Haniger is the M version of Chris Carson. Came out of nowhere, produced, but couldn't stay healthy. It's kind of right. That kind of fits. Because he has been productive when he is in. So he's not a pro-side situation, right? 283 says, my God, Castillo might go 8 tonight. And the bullpen exhaled. And the bullpen shed one single tear. And said, thank you, Luis. I'll be right back, folks. I got to get some water. All right, we're already back at it here. This is a fast-moving game, folks, compared especially like yesterday. That was a laborious one because your team's getting their teeth kicked in. Kelney's got a 1-1 count here. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the third. Gets that slider and manages to keep that bat cocked back. Nice job by Jared there not to take the cheese on that pitch. And you're right, Big Country bullpen does need rest. Going 9 would be awesome. Here's the line of delivery by Garrett. Hit foul. Got a fastball inside. Annabelle says, I'm going to sleep after the Mariners hit. Sounds good, man. Appreciate you checking out the stream. Daniel says, I like Roquan. Our defense could be elite next year, but if he wants $18 million a year, I'd pass. 2-2 pitch here to Kelney. Good couple inches outside, but Kelney does manage to fight that 90-mile-an-hour fastball off, protecting. Two-two pitch. Another fastball. Kelney's in a tough spot here where he knows pitchers are trying to work him with sliders. Garrett's got an overpowering fastball that he's got to stay kind of on, but he can't give it the full swing he'd love to give it here because he's protecting. And he's got to be wary of the slider coming because if he just sets dead red fastball, he'll just end up swinging through a slider. 2-2 pitch. Slider comes and he fights it off. Yankee catcher takes it right in the gonads, takes a breath, lifts up his pants, and says, oh, that wasn't the cup. That wasn't the cup. Kelney stays alive here, 2-2. See what he does here. If he tries to look slider or if he just tries to kind of stay defensive here in this swing. Outside, good eye by Kelney. That'll draw this count to 3-2. Unavailable, I subbed. Thank you for subbing, Unavailable. You're awesome. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. 3-2 pitch here to Jared now. 3-2 pitch to Jared. Oh, he got a good pitch and he knows it. He just missed it on a swing through. He had that bat pointed at Cole. Like, I had you on that one. Cole missed that 98-mile fastball. It was supposed to be outside, and he missed it in right into Kelney's sweet spot. Oh, he knows it. He knows it. 3-2. Kelney will take time here. Cole was having to go through some signs. I'm guessing here you're getting the slider on 3-2. He saw that swing, and he's like, all right, you're sitting like that on the fastball. I'm going to go slider. Gets the slider. Little bit up. Fouls it back. Great at bat here by Kelney. Daniel, I've not forgotten your remarks on Roquan and the cost, by the way. I'm just waiting on this at bat to give you some thoughts on that. I think you are onto something there. Cole now up to 88 pitches here. Nobody out. Bottom of the 6th inning. The wind, the delivery. Oof. Awesome pitch. 98-mile-an-hour fastball. Down low. Outside portion of the plate. Second strikeout of the game for Jared Kelney. Tough break. Tough pitch. He's probably looking slider there. But I would probably myself lean back into probably at the end of the day thinking fastball thrown there because you know he's not going to want to put the first batter on in the inning in a game that's 0-0 where you put the first batter on in the inning, the statistics will show you that it's very much likely you're going to give up runs if you do that. I think the cost at the end of the day makes it prohibited, Daniel, to go get Roquan. That's going to be the thing that would prevent this move from happening. Certainly Seattle would be willing to make the deal, like you said, a third rounder plus. It's possible. I'm sure they're talking to them about it. I think you're going to have to give up more than a third rounder for him potentially. So it's really about, okay, you want to give up a second rounder at that point. But then you have to also consider that you have Jordan Brooks due to be in line for a new contract after this year. And that's a strike called on Frazier. Low part of the zone. Did not look in the zone, but they are going to call it a strike. One man out now. Inside, ball 2. And, middle linebackers, much like the safety position in the NFL, where it is a little bit devalued. And if you have a 3-4 defense and you have 2 middle linebackers, or even a defense with a middle linebacker and a will, you're usually not going to pay 2 guys top of the market money at the same time. 1-1 pitch, swing, and a miss by Frazier. 1-2. So I think that does kind of end up being the prohibitive factor there. But we've seen John Schneider and Coach Carroll take big swings. We know they're doubling back down on the defense. We know Sean Desai has familiarity with them. They've made these kind of moves into training camp before. That ball is meekly hit over to first base. Frazier just trying to fight off a tough pitch, and that will be out number 2. Big Country says, I swear Kelney fouls off every good pitch. He got one in that. He got a couple in that at bat. He did. And I think you're right on that. It seems like he's gotten a couple on those that he just has not been able to get turned around. And again, Trammell and Julio coming back. This guy's not going to get a lot more opportunities here this year to provide a chance to be in any kind of impact as a bat. It's kind of like Esser get off the pot at this point for this season, not being out on him long term, but just his opportunities aren't going to be here going forward here soon. It's much like Lewis. Like if you're going to strike out 50% of the time plus and kind of end up looking like you're just flailing at the plate at times, we're going to just go. We can find something else. Even a Lamb type is going to give us better than that. 1-0 here to tie. That ball hit hard to the second baseman, slides down onto a knee and throws him out. That will end the 6th. Good play by the second baseman of the Yankees there. 0-0. It continues. 7th inning. Go5 says, Roquan Smith, make him a Seahawk, please. Hey, he's a great player. He's worth making the trade for. And, if this is the new model, as I've said, the new model of the team that they're building and putting together now is a team that's going to be built to the team itself, not around a quarterback, which means you have extra money to go spend in other places if you so shall see it. So if they want to go that route, they could very well. This is a team right now that's decided to pay 2 safeties, which everybody says you can't do in this league, and they said, we'll do it. So if that team were to, once again, go outside of the box, I'm not against it. Really, though, to me, the whole philosophy is around building a super team around the next quarterback you bring in. But the first part of that is the building the super team up, and you can't do that without having elite talent at many different positions. And Roquan would give you that. He is a legitimate top, 3 middle inside linebacker in the sport. Daniel says, what would you be willing to trade for Roquan and pay him? I'm going to look at the great outside linebackers we could have had this season in the second round. Why not just wait till next year and use the second? I guess the question at that point is how far of a difference is there between a Leo Chanel rookie year, second year, third year versus Roquan Smith just entering his prime? And is there a significant difference in their performative levels that is worthy of considering for what it would cost for him? And I can kind of be sold going either way, Daniel. And I love these linebackers that were in this draft that I know that you're talking about, Leo Chanel and the Anderson kid from Montana State. I mean, there's a kid I think from Wyoming. There's a few of them. But they are uncertainties for as talented as they are. I know what I got with Roquan, and I know he's going to be good for the next couple of years. So I'm okay with it. But here's the other thing with it in the day with giving up I would do the second round pick because whether I pick that guy in the second round or whether I trade the second round pick to bring in Roquan. And Aaron Judge up to the plate now, quickly 0-1 here as we begin the top of the 7th. Castillo with the wine, the delivery inside 97. I'm going to end up having to invest that into that position no matter what because you have Cody Barton due to be a free agent at the end of the year, and I'm not going to be looking to sign Cody Barton to an extension. 1-1. Outside on a slider, and he swings right through it. Judge may be looking fastball there. He turns back and asks the umpire, was that a strike? Judge 3 for 6 this series. He's had a home run in the last series as well. Hitting .417 against the Mariners this year. That ball's low. Change up there. Slider. Another slider he threw him. 2-2. Judge had a single in his last at bat. 2-2 pitch. Hit hard off his instep of his foot. And it will remain 2-2. Great at bat by Kelney. Just couldn't seal anything on it. Unavailable said I subbed and hit the bell. Well, thank you, Unavailable. We'll be keeping up these live streams going out throughout the course of the year. So appreciate you jumping in. 2-2 now. Castillo with the wine. The delivery low. That will draw this count full. Let's see if he... So the one that you don't really want to go after Judge, but you don't really want to put the opening runner on base as you start to go through the middle of this lineup. There's the wind, the delivery. Low will be ball 4. Judge takes the walk. Good eye on his part. It's a good pitch, but that will draw the walk. Unavailable, Ty France is really struggling. He's okay. I mean, he's not hitting great, but I mean, they had the stat where they showed him hitting like 3-something or rather over his last something games. I think the problem is that we just really are leaning on him in this lineup right now. Him and I guess Haniger's starting to pick it up though too. 283 says Roquan's only 25. Yeah, very young. Very young. It's part of why I'd be willing to do the deal is you're getting that guy young. I know we did this with Jamal, and I thought that with Jamal too, but I wouldn't have the worry of with Jamal. I mean, you have Desai here. Desai will literally know how to use this guy. having been his defensive coordinator last year and been around Roquan for a couple of seasons there in Chicago. I think his whole career. Okay, Andrew Benintendi up to the plate now. He hits it up into the air. Kelney is up and in on it for out number 1. Gox says, I'm on board with it. With the way our expensive positions are set up right now, they're not expensive, so there is room for something like this. It's the way I look at it too, man. And you know, I've been thinking for a while here that Carroll wants to get back to being able to play great defense, and he knows he's going to do that with investment, and that's what it does take. And I think that he can recognize in a guy like, for instance, Cody Barton. I know he's being talked up in camp about his coverage abilities and everything else, but I think that the coaching staff would acknowledge there is a wide berth of difference in talent and ability between Cody Barton and Roquan Smith. Inside, 1-0. And I just think about this defense, if you're looking for a comparison on this, the 49ers, when Vic Fangio was the defensive coordinator with them in the 2010s, how much in this very same defense that we're playing on the back end, how much did he get out of having those great pitch there on Donaldson? 1-1 now. Fastball right there at the kneecaps again there. Steele's been keeping that pitch nice and low. Hitters want no part of it. They're just going to lay off of it, but he's putting it right in the peppering it in the zone when he hits it there in that spot. But how much mileage did he get out of who was it? It was Willis and Bowman, you know, and the combination of those two guys in there. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 97-mile-an-hour fastball. And quite frankly, you can make an argument Jordan Brooks is kind of like a poor man's Patrick Willis. Maybe like an inch shorter Patrick Willis. All right, 1-2 here to Josh Donaldson. He's been a thorn in the Mariners' side yesterday. Judge on first. 1 out. 0-0 game. Castillo gets set. Ooh, strike 3. 98-mile-an-hour fastball. Outside part of the plate. He gave Donaldson back-to-back pitches that were not even borderline, but they were on the outer edges of the strike zone. And Donaldson just sort of waves his bat at it. Obviously was looking for something else, a sinker there that just falls right in on the edge of the zone. Castillo doing a great job. Boy, tonight you watch this on the heels of watching Gilbert last night have such a hard time with where he was placing his pitches. And Castillo is being so pinpoint with that plus stuff. It's very impressive. Gleyber Torres comes up to the plate now with 2 men down. Swing and hit back 0-1. Kind of consider this a little bit of a big out here, because if you can get Gleyber out and you can try the rest of the side through the 8th and 9th inning, you will avoid having to go back and face Judge one more time in this game, which is, of course, huge when you're talking about a 1-run game, and a Judge home run could, change everything. Gleyber 0 for 2. Castillo comes set. Throws it over to first, keeping Judge close. Unavailable. Am I streaming tomorrow? Nah, I got to be working tomorrow. I'm sorry. I wish I could. I want to, but got to go earn that check, that dollar bill. But be back in probably a couple days. Might be. I think we're off Thursday. It might be Saturday next. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Got him waving at the slider. The street sweeping slider. It covers the whole street. That's why I call it the street sweeper. It covers that whole plate. 0-2. Does he come back with a change here? Or just... Gleyber's got to be looking slider here. He's looking slider, fastball. I'd put a change that I would put right. Change or a cutter on the outside part of the plate. Oh, 2 pitch. Swing and hit out. Judge was going on that pitch. Hit foul. I'm talking about Roquan Smith being 25. Oh, I know who you're talking about. I know. Yeah, he's a young one. Oh, you're talking unavailable. Oh, yeah. I go Hawks 05. I didn't even think about that. I bet Desai is pushing for Roquan. I very well could hear him say, hey, you guys, do you want this and that and this? You could have that in this defense right now. 0-2. Castillo comes set. High. Judge is going. Great throw by Cal Raleigh. It wasn't a line. He put one of those, I'm going to put this on a hop and just get the ball out of my hand as quick as possible. But Judge did not get the greatest of jumps. And the throw was right there on time. Great job. Out number 3. And that's huge there, too, because now you got a little breathing room with not having to maybe return back to the middle. Say nothing of having not to return back to the middle of the order with this Yankee lineup now, but not having to go back and face Judge or Donaldson here through the rest of this game if they can carve out a run here over the course of the next couple of innings. But yeah, go Hawks. You know, if he's a pro Roquan guy, he's in there going, let's go do this. This will be worth it. This will be better than anything we can get in the second round of next year's draft. And that's more where I think the rubber meets the road on their consideration of that is, you know, where do they see, is the middle linebacker crew going to look as good next year as it did in this draft? It was a very deep draft for middle linebackers. Maybe next year is not going to be as deep. That's got to be also part of the consideration of it because no draft is built the same. They all have variance. And as far as certain positions having more strength than others. Daniel W. says, give them Cody Barton in a third rounder. Tell Cody to shave his head and be their next Brian Urlacher. There you go. I'll package it. I'll do some packaging. I'll FedEx him some Barton. Chosen One says Roquan would be the missing piece. I could see why you'd say that, and I don't know if I'd have a way of disagreeing with you on that. I mean, the way the secondary is rounding out, you know what you got in the safety position. Your edge rushers are looking stout, got some depth there. You've got enough on the 3-4 in the defensive line, and let's face it, the 3-4, the three-man front is not what makes the 3-4 defense run. It's going to be the outside linebackers, it's going to be the linebackers in the secondary play. That's why it's built how it's built. You need those guys to be all right, but it's not as elemental as the 4-3 stuff, 4-3 personnel. So, look, you know, my big trepidation, my big worry right now is looking at Cody Barton this upcoming year and going, is this our weak link in this defense? I'd love to see him turn it on. I'd love to see him tap into the third-round talent that he is, but we got to acknowledge it's no guarantee at this point, is it? Well, he hasn't shown it consistently on the football field. Mitch Haniger up now, takes the first pitch ball from Garrett Cole. Garrett Cole's gone 6 innings, 6 strikeouts, no walks, 4 hits. He is, much like Castillo, been very, very good in his pitch location, staying away from danger. And the few times he has left it up in danger, the hitters have not been able to do anything with it. Oh, nice pitch there on Haniger. He thought he was getting a fastball, and it was an 87-mile-an-hour changeup. Haniger's got a big old S-eating grin on his face after that one. Whoopit Gaiman, the big dumper. That's right. What a throw by the dumper there. And making the choice to just get the ball out of his hands quick. He probably saw Judge didn't have the best of jump, so he didn't have to put as much on it from that standpoint. And that's a big humping curveball there by Cole for strike number 2. Cole continuing to pitch well here into the 7th. Nice little pitcher. I like pitching duels, dude. I know some fans are like, I don't mind it. And 1-2 pitch is hit up into the air. First baseman's up underneath it easily here, and he's got him retired. Out number 1. Roy Alter, Yanks have lost 16 of their last 26. Astros looking to finally pull even tonight. They've been scuttling. They're trying to get going here. It's true. 283 says, did you see KJ Wright talking up the Seahawks on Twitter and GFMB? I couldn't find the clip, 283. I had saw it originally on my phone. I was like, I'm going to go back and try to watch it. And then I started trying to search it the other night on YouTube, and I couldn't find the darn thing. So, I don't know if you could put it in my comment section or something, the link. If you've got a quick link to it. And that's a first pitch strike to the Lamb. He is the Lamb. Silence of the Jake Lamb. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Look like a slider there. 0-2. But I'm going to try to find a 2-8-3 because I think KJ's talking truth and what he feels on that, and I don't think he's just blowing smoke. Danny W says you should do a fantasy football league. I would pay to join to make it worth your time. I mean, I could from that standpoint. That's just my worry with doing it, like, because we have got the Hawks Nest Fantasy League and inside there 1 and 2. The problem is just you have to monitor and watch and stay on top of things. And like game day, I've got to be like changing out my lineups. And so you have to understand, for me, like game day, I'm setting up for the stream. I'm making sure I got a meal eaten because I'm going to go 7-8 hours straight. So I got to get a meal made. I got to get the descriptions, got thumbnails, got to get the tag set, got to put everything kind of together to make sure I'm set and ready to go. And then like by that point in time, a lot of the day sometimes has gone past, and it's like sometimes I'm just not up to be able to put those lineups together, and you get the last minute injuries, so I can't play it as good, you know. And I just, even right now, the hard time for me is that I just run out of time in my day. But I'm maybe possibly down. You might be able to talk me into it, man. I'm open to it. That's just my worry with it, though, is I won't be able to do it in the right way, which is you need to monitor on game days. You don't do one of those crappy things where you start half your lineup sitting on the bench because you weren't taking a look at the last minute scratches. Jake Lamb's got himself back to a 3-2 count here. Done a good job of working himself back into the count after 0-2, but then Garrett Cole comes right back with a gnarly ass knuckle curveball and says, "Sit down, son." It's a tough pitch. Tough pitch. Thing starts outside, high and outside, ends up low and down and in on a left-handed batter there. And boy, he just scraped the top of the strike zone on that pitch. It's a good pitch by Cole. He's earned this shutout. It hasn't been just Mariner bats coming into this with some bad approach. Indeed, they've had a lot of counts where they've worked him here, including that one at 3-2. We've seen Ty do the same. We've seen JP do the same. I'm sorry, but so I can't go in this game particularly and say, well, it's the Mariners' approach in this one. Not as much here. I've been pretty impressed by where they've gone out with Cole. 0-1 here to Suarez. Another big bending knuckle curve that just misses on the bottom of the zone, so it's 1-1 now. But Daniel, I'll try. Get back to me on this in like a week on what you're thinking with it, or a couple days on this, and let me see if I can free something up with this to do a league with it. If I do it, I want to try to go for it. I want to be competitive. Won't really do it. 1-1. That ball's hit foul into the seats. Daniel says, wait, what's the Hawks Nest Fantasy Football League? And that makes sense. Spencer Smith runs it, but I think that it's already like tapped into the max players. So you have to hit it early because it's like the second it turns on, we've got everyone's in. But Ken doesn't stop us from doing one on the side. We could potentially do. And Suarez with a swing and miss on 1-2. A weak swing on a 1-2 pitch there. Change up. He's looking fastball there. And Garrett Cole continues to dominate the Mariners tonight. 8 strikeouts in 7 innings, only 4 hits. He's up to 109 pitches now, so you would think that probably is most likely his final inning of work. Nonetheless, you know what I mean? He's giving it to him. Goax's defense would carry us if we got Roquan. I think it's got a potential to do that. And you start to think about it from this standpoint. To me, it always comes back to the 2-pillar approach of the way they're building this team moving into the future. First pillar being a dynamic running game, a dominant running game, a running game that can open holes on anybody, can attack anybody, that attacks both with outside zone and inside zone. It uses fly sweeps as far as what it does, so it really makes the defense challenge both laterally and of course vertically. And then you have that then protecting a defense, churning out yards, eating clock, moving the chains. Maybe you're not being prolific in the amount of points you're putting up at that point because you're held back a little bit by the quarterback position. But then the flip side of that then is that you have a protected defense that's dynamite. It's got playmakers all across the board. Really great talent. As good a defense just about as you'd find in the NFL at that point, quite frankly, at least from a talent standpoint. And then those fit well together. Bring in the special teams that's great. And to me, again, that's how you get to a team that can at the very least slide its way into the playoffs. Those are usually the components that make a playoff team. Randall says, do the two middle linebackers and a 3-4 have different responsibilities? Meaning, is one guy more of the thumper and the other guy of a coverage guy, or the guys with some similar skills? So you would theoretically ask both of them to do both things. There wouldn't be one guy that's going to be more tendency to do one than the other, unless you have it set up like they do, Randall, where both of the guys have really two very different skill sets. And so if you've got that, and Castillo getting back to work here in the top of the 8th and gets a foul there on the first pitch. When you've got that like the Hawks do with Barton and Brooks, then you're going to want to probably lean them into their strengths a little bit more often than just naturally playing the scheme and naturally playing the offensive formation on strong side, weak side stuff. I believe that would be the case. But again, I'm starting to learn a little bit more of the 3-4, having been Randall. We've had almost 20 odd years now straight of 4-3 defenses. So I've got to admit, I myself am starting to just kind of relearn these 3-4 nuances in my understanding of it, because it's been so long since I've seen my team running that defense. But I think it's ideally they would both do the same type of stuff. You wouldn't have one as like your hammer and one as your cover guy. Unless, again, you're kind of customizing the approach. And this ball is batted on the ground by Gleyber Torres. Easy throw there for Crawford for out number 1. Wu-Tang Financial says, well, at least Castillo's holding up his end. Really loving that trade so far. Me too. To me, it's looking like in many ways, almost the best deal at the trade deadline of any of the teams made. We'll see how it shakes out at the end of the day, but a marvelous deal at the time and still marvelous in retrospect. And we can see why Dipoto went after him here. This is a top of the rotation type arm we're watching. First pitch swinging by Mikel Andujar. 0-1 foul back. And Castillo at 96 pitches for the game. You'd ideally like to see him get through this inning. Get your lineup to generate a little bit of runs here, or a run at least. And that ball's hit hard, and that's going to fall in for a base hit. Well, it's actually not hit hard, more of a looper. Just a soft little ball falls in there for a base hit. Randall says, was reading today Alden Robinson having a great camp, dropped 15 plus pounds and transitioning to an outside linebacker. Not sure he can cover, but I think he has pass rush skills. I think you kind of summate very well what you would wonder about with him on that is I think going to an outside linebacker as a pass rush will help him because it's going to let him use his dynamite hands and his ability as a technician as a pass rusher. But then you do wonder about those natural coverage skills because I just can't help but not forget there was him when the Sam linebacker last year, at times looking a little bit lost in coverage when he was asked to do it. First pitch ball here to Aaron Hicks. Mariners have their bullpen active. Munoz going, Matt Brash going. Still waiting on the sign here. 1-0. Swing, knocked high and out of bounds. High and foul. 1-1. But Randall, I'd love to see Alden slide in because then you got your two frontliners and your two backup guys, and it really sets nicely at that point as far as snap counts and guys having their role. And he's got the talent. Like I've said with him, it's about consistency with him. 1-1. Low, ball 2, slider there. Marin pitchers have been very careful with Hicks over the last 2 series. Skylar Thomas, it's almost as if it takes two linebackers to replace B-Wags. I mean, a little bit, but it's kind of. It's also you're going just to a different defense, and you have the opportunity now to, instead of just having one middle linebacker on the field, you have two. And that's 3-1 there as Castillo misses. I wonder if he's starting to get a little tired here as we move into this game as he crosses 100 pitches now. Because indeed, I believe, Skylar, that at the end of the day, Jordan Brooks is going to give you play that's almost very similar to what you got from Bobby Wagner over the last couple of years, and probably better in certain respects, quite frankly. 3-1, strike, fastball, middle of the plate, good pitch there. But it's just an opportunity with the 3-4 defense to bring a guy in as much as trying to match the production Bobby gave you. Because indeed, I mean, even last year, Jordan Brooks matched Bobby's production from the will, step for step. 3-2 now here to Aaron Hicks. Hit up into the air. Don't know if this will be playable. Yeah, it's going to slide back. Hicks stays alive. Randall says, well, it would take two since we have two middle linebackers. Yeah, I mean, it's just the nature of the new defense. I think Brooks is the most likely player to make their first Pro Bowl All-Pro team. I do. Yeah. In fact, I'm projecting Jordan Brooks is going to be All-Pro this year. May not be first team, but at minimum second team All-Pro. 3-2 pitch here. Inside, ball 4. And Castillo wanted that pitch, didn't get it. 2 men aboard now here for the Yanks. Castillo's shaking his head. He's upset about that one. Let's see if Service considers a pitching change here, or lets him try to fight through it. It's one of those moments where, as a manager, I want to go out to I wouldn't be certain on making my change, but I would just want to go out there and talk to him and say, okay, where are you at right now? Are you laboring a bit here, or are you? Is it just a little off on a couple of pitches here? And Woodworth's got him laughing over there, so that's a good sign. Skyler says, I'm just giving props to B-Wags. I'm a big fan of the move to the 3-4, and I'm happy to see the team making that effort to maximize their available talent. I'm with you there on that 100%, Skylar. So no doubt about it there. In many ways, from my standpoint, Skylar, it hurt more watching B-Wags leave this offseason than it did Russ, because I know B-Wags wanted to stay. And you, to me, still had a theoretical opening for him within this defense with your 2-3-4 guys, and he was willing to renegotiate. I found it kind of odd that the team just straight out flat said, not interested at all under any circumstances. And that part stung just a little bit. But I get where you're coming from, and he was, best middle linebacker in team history. By far, second place isn't close. And first ballot Hall of Famer. Outside there, 1-0 here to Jose Trevino. And indeed, now you are on set here to have to eventually go have to get Judge here, unless he can get a double play ball. Make this guy hit you, man. Swing and a miss. Trevino getting a little guy getting a little anxious up there. Getting a little. That was a ball. Randall's sort of playing every game. I think Bobby vastly underperformed the last contract. Love him as Hawk, but the production didn't add up to the money. It's a fair point. Fair. 1-1 pitch here to Jose. Knocked on the ground. And that's going to be a base hit unless he can throw him. Oh, boy, great throw by Eugenio to get him. And fortunately enough, Trevino doesn't run very fast. Those catchers rarely do, and that gave him time on a ball that was just very meekly hit on the ground. But we do have trouble here. Runners on second and third. 2 men out. The lineup does not yet turn over. So you have Kiner Falefa coming up to the plate, the shortstop. Eugenio, just a great play, showing you again why this Mariner defense is on point almost all the time. He made that play look a lot easier than it is. Great job. Great job by Eugenio. So this will bring up Isaiah Kiner, Falefa. Steele up to 107 pitches, 2 men out. First pitch swinging foul. Let's see if he can seal up this fantastic day. No doubt this will be his last inning here. I like Service giving him the chance to see if he can fight through this. Trust your ace. You need the bullpen. Needs a little help. You might be going even into extra innings here. So I like letting him try to lengthen him out, as the managers would say. 0-1. Swing. Foul back. 0-2. He's got Isaiah now in a hole. Woof. That was a gnarly four-seamer there. Just kept rising and rising. Isaiah's a tough guy to K. He's a little bit like Crawford in that respect, where you got to earn that strikeout. That ball's bad on the ground. This should be an easy play there for Frazier. He comes up with it, and that will end the inning. Fantastic job by Luis Castillo. Golf clap. Amazing job as he shows the emotion leaving the mound. Dominican Republic fan with their flag in the crowd, waving it. Great job to get himself out of the closest he's been into the trouble in this game. Showing that heart of a lion. Well, what a fun inning there. And a brilliantly pitched game by Castillo. 8 innings, 7 strikeouts, 2 walks, only 3 hits, lowering his season's ERA down to 2.71. And we have ourselves a new ace in this rotation. Randall's is $20 million a year, no turnovers, very few tackle for losses, kind of like Ichiro. A little bit. I think, too, it's a little bit, Randall, that, you know, I mean, Bobby maybe had lost a step through that time period. I also think the defense's stagnation a little bit from a scheme standpoint wasn't the most beneficial to him at that spot either. And I think that probably impacted things as well, where, you know, you didn't, for instance, have a great pass rush during those years of the Bobby contract either. You know, you didn't have really a lot of dogs up front necessarily protecting him. They were okay. But the point stands, you know, he has gotten older. It's a lot to pay. I'm just saying I would have brought him back at least on a renegotiation if he's going to take significant less to come back. And we don't know what he would have taken because the team didn't even ask. You know, the team just said, "No, we're just releasing. We don't want to renegotiate at all." Castillo is that dude. Wu-Tang Financial says B-Wags has definitely slowed down, but I wanted him to retire in Seahawks blue and green. Breaks my heart to see him in that whack IKEA fit in LA. Hey, that's a great way to put it. Yeah, same. Big Country might be the best performance by a Mariner pitcher this season. Just might. I mean, he was nails this whole game. When you get behind an account, he could still spot a change or hit a slider wherever he wanted to put it. Garrett Cole's been similar on the other side of the hill for the Yankees, but Castillo, as I said up in the comments, he is that dude. Gritty performance is right, Skyler. Very gritty performance. It's a tough Yankee lineup to hold down for 8 innings, no runs. Big Red Dog, they ain't winning 116. No, they ain't winning 116. Nah, no chance. Rory Alter says Yanks lost 1-0 just 3 games ago. Before that was August 7th, 2020. Ah, history repeats itself within the same week, maybe? Perhaps, I think. For 15 of the 28 batters he faced, Castillo, he threw first pitch strikes. Important. It's one of the things you really pay attention to. Like, that's something that helps you out so much a pitcher if you can go right after that zone and not mess around. Aroldis Chapman will step back on the hill for the second straight night here. Chapman's in on a 4.44 ERA for the year. Here we go, Mariners. Cal Raleigh up to the plate, the big dumper. Just missed a huge, which would have been a huge home run back earlier in this game. Swings at the first pitch and knocks it back. Foul. Strike one. So 0-1 delivery here to Chapman. High ball. Ball one. Randall says, begs the question, why did they bring him back? I think they wanted a clean slate. I think they might have wanted a clean slate. Yeah, I think it's my theory that Schneider got a little more control this offseason, and he was just done paying him at a linebacker that amount of money that wasn't giving him what he wanted to get out of the position from a productivity standpoint. And I think it was just easy. Like, they did it on the same day as Russ. So it was just kind of like, let's just cut everything that we're wanting to cut on the same day. It's like pulling the Band-Aid off fast, I guess. You know, I'm not trying to make the claim those guys were at a point of a used up Band-Aid, but just that's sort of the trek they took with it. I mean, the whole thing was kind of weird in how they did that, Randall. I mean, not even calling him and letting him know on top of it. You know, you go, what was going on there? Yeah. Raleigh's quickly got himself into a 1-2 count here against Araldis. Chapman comes set. Payoff pitch. Knock foul. 99-mile-an-hour fastball there, right down Main Street. Raleigh just couldn't do anything with it. Foul the back. Megan says, what happens if the score is 0-0 at the end of the game? Yes, another question from not really a baseball fan. No worries, Megan. It goes into what they call extra innings, which is like football's overtime. They play one inning at a time. And so if you're at the top of the inning, like the Yankees would be, because we're playing in Seattle, and you score a run, then in the bottom of the inning, the Mariners get a chance to then match that run or add more runs on top, and then you win the game. It's like sudden death at that point. But if the Yankees don't score in the top inning, then the Mariners score, then we just win. They don't get another chance at it. But the home team always gets the last run of at-bats. And Cal Raleigh's done a good job in this bat of fighting off some pitches here as he's gotten himself into 1-2. High outside. Draws it to 2-2. Mariner batters tonight have done a good job of, sometimes they still are getting themselves early into counts where they're behind the count, but they're doing a good job of not then dying easy, working themselves back into the count. It's part of how you got Garrett Cole out of this game in the 8th, at the start of the 8th inning, as opposed to the 9th inning. 2-2 pitch here to Cal. Swung and knocked down the line. Staying alive. Staying alive. Ha, 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 ha. Staying alive. Staying alive. Cal is the Big Dumper's nickname. You better believe it is. Big Red Dogs is bonus baseball. That's a good way of putting it. Bonus baseball. And Cal is getting the heavy shift here, too. They got the odd shift on here where they've got the first baseman standing. Well, you have to do that, I guess, with the righties on that. Those kind of shifts. Need somebody to throw to it first. Pitcher's not going to make it over there in time. 7 pitches this at bat by Cal Raleigh. Chapman comes set. Ooh, good eye there by Cal. Araldis wanted that call. Takes a little walk around the mound, smiles. Umps don't like that. This again, some of these reactions, these pitchers, like, that was 4 inches out of the zone, my guy. You're nowhere near on that. Save the theatrics. Araldis getting a 15% strikeout rate this year, which is above the 8% rate for pitchers on Major League average. 3-2 delivery. Swung and hit high up into the air in left field. Shortstop's there. Out number 1. Megan, the front office hoped everyone would be blindsided by the Russ trade. They wouldn't notice B-Wags being shown the door. Yeah, Megan, the back door, right? Agreed. That's why it felt a little bit like dirty play. And like, what was did you guys just not well think this one through? Like, what are we doing here? Didn't make any sense. You know, I get with Russ maybe taking a little bit of a, okay, you want to force your way out and give us dead money. But Bobby had said far before the offseason occurred that he did want to remain here. He was open to renegotiating. And again, they may have just didn't want to they'd made their bed with it. But there are, I guess, more ways of doing it with a little more decor and respect, I guess. But we'll see what he's got to offer the Rams this year. It'll be interesting. Crawford up the plate now, knocks a foul ball back on the first pitch. Crawford's average is drifting down to 256 now on the year after having a lot of this year. He was up near 300. Foul on a check swing, 0-2. Megan says, but I do like the fact that PS and JS own the mistake. I do too. And hopefully Bobby doesn't hold it against him. I don't think he will long term because he's a classy guy, but not a great look. Big Red Dog says, the Crow's Nest, anyone ever tell you look like Pablo Schreiber? I've never been told that, but I'll take it. I'll take it. I could be compared to a lot worse. Crawford 0-2 here. Ooh. Boy, when Chapman misses, that thing goes wild on him, doesn't it? Big Red Dog says, uncanny. Total compliment, by the way. I'll take it. I take it as such, man. I'll take it as such. There's one that I get a lot. I get Kurt Warner a lot. I get that one in the chat. Obviously not the Seahawks Kurt Warner. But I'll take Schreiber over Warner. All day, every day. 1-2 pitch outside, like I was talking about with the Raleigh at bat. This is where I'm trying to give some kudos to this Mariner lineup, even though they haven't gotten any runs in this game. They have a tall task against them with this type of top of the end rotation starter. You want to work him. You want to try to get him out of the game, if just simply by working counts. And once they have gotten themselves into 0-2 counts, they've still found a way to work themselves back in. It hasn't brought in any production or runs, but it's still been a very solid approach on their part. Here comes the pitch. Hit up into the air, foul back. Catcher looks like he's got a line on this one. He's going to make the play for out number 2. 2 men out. And the Mariner bats continue to frostily swing. Megan says, I was going to say Kurt Warner B, but again, you could do worse. I could do worse. I could complain about that. You could, especially online, especially in comment sections. This could get a lot more. I could be roasted in a lot more brutalized way. So I'll take the compliment for sure over the alternative. Daniel says, so you still owe me a trade compensation contract you'd be willing to give Raekwon? I would give up one of the second round picks. I wouldn't give up our second round pick. I'd give up the Denver second round pick, I think. First pitch there, curve, that looked like strike. Slider. God, his slider looks like a soft curve. Ham Haggerty up the plate. If any man can save this Mariner team, it's Ham Swaggerty. He's not the hero we want. He's not the hero we need. Haggerty is 1 for 2 in this game. Swing and a miss, goes right through a 99-mile-an-hour fastball. Riverside says I was more upset about KJ. Yeah, that was a tough one too. So Daniel, I'm going to go second round pick Broncos, and I would give him probably 17. But I don't think there's any NFL team that's giving him more than 17. I don't think any team's going to try to beat the Fred Warner contract or even what Bobby signed, because I just don't think teams are going to go into that lane of things myself. So 17 in a second, I'd do that. Haggerty with a base hit into left field on an 0-2 pitch. Ham Swaggerty is back at it, folks. You can't stop the Ham. You can only hope to contain him. Great job by Mr. Haggerty here. Oh, and he's a danger on base, folks. I don't have to tell you. He gets in heads of pitchers and catchers alike. The swag man is back in town. Megan, I really need to go and get my throwback Bo Jackson and Ness Raiders jersey, but I have to get dressed and move away from the heater, so that can wait. Herbicide says, we can't afford Raekwon. He's going to want to get paid. Indeed he is. Indeed he is. Yeah, we swagging. We swagging into Seattle tonight. All right, here we go. Kelney can quiet the haters, quiet the doubters, make many folks forget the struggles throughout the course of this season. If he can put the nail in the back of this Yankee team tonight with a shot. It would be known as the shot heard around Seattle, and he takes a mighty first cut at a 97-mile-an-hour fastball and knocks it back. Kelney has 2 strikeouts in this game. Struggled at the plate. Cole has given him some gnarly pitches on the day, and it doesn't get any easier here with the lefty-lefty matchup. Kelney wipes his mouth, spins the bat around a turn, and digs in. Haggerty gets his lead, 0-1. Outside ball, 1. Very good job by Kelney to lay off of that pitch. Very close to the zone. Very close to the zone. That was good job by him. That's the kind of pitch that he has bitten on at times here, getting just too anxious to swing that bat. 1-1 now. Aroldis gets set. Into his wind. He throws over to first. And Haggerty is back. Got to feel like Seattle's not likely here to run Haggerty into the final out of this inning here. He's already been caught once this game, and with the lefty on the mound, it's harder to get a little bit of a longer lead out there with their ability to just kind of snap that throw over there if they want last minute into their windup like Aroldis just did. Kelney ready to go, and he throws back over to first one more time here again. Randy says Haggerty looks like he's about 16. I know, he doesn't even look like he shaves. Rory, crowd has been chanting both Let's Go Yankees and Let's Go Mariners. Ugh. Ugh. Yeah. It's okay. They travel. They do travel. Or they have them all over the all the New York folks got to leave New York for some reason, I guess. 1-2 as he got him out front on that slider. This was what's given Kelney the problems, of course, is these sliders. Pitchers have been really featuring it on him. He's having a hard time, and then he starts looking slider, and they'll come back with a fastball or a change. And once he definitely gets deep into these counts, this is where it's been trouble for him. 2 men out. Haggerty on first. 1-2 pitch. Hit up into the air. This should retire the side. Judge is running up, and he makes the catch. So still no runs through 8 innings. Goodness. We will go into the 9th. Mega says, let's face it, gang. Ham looks younger than Drew Lock, and Drew is 8 if he's lucky. Yeah, he does. He legit looks toddler-like. Skylar Thomas, how many more at-bats does the swag man need to qualify for official lists? Good question. It's a real good question. I think by the end of the year, it's at like 300. Let's see where he's at. So he's at 93 at-bats right now. He's probably 50 at-bats out. Hitting 323. How about that? Besides, does the Geno's going to be the starter for the Steelers? I'll be patient with the situation, but obviously I think I echo many of the Seahawks fans feeling like Locke, they'd rather see Locke right now. Megan, I'm surprised that the Yankee fans don't get nosebleeds coming so far north to Seattle. Exactly. Again, too, you love your area so much as running from it. Big Country says, I think getting that wild card spot is going to be tougher than expected. It is going to be rough. You do have factors working in your favor, including you'll be at the fullest of strength of your lineup that you've been all year at the right time of season to be so. So that's a good part right there. You have an easier schedule overall once we get through this Yankee series. You got the Guardians. Yeah, it's going to be a little tough. Padres for a 2-game series. Just about it as far as anything that's really perilous in your schedule. And we're still almost well over a month and a half left of the year to go. So things are stacked up okay for them, but yeah, it's going to be tough. It is going to be tough. I am going to hope a little bit that maybe the AL East can beat up on each other a little bit to, notch a few extra losses to their marks on the year to maybe propel us a little bit or help us a little bit. 283 says, I like Baltimore, but they need to start losing. Like, you were literally sellers at the deadline. Stop winning. That's right. Big Red Dog says, cool coincidence. Schreiber's from Seattle. That is a cool coincidence. Maybe a long-lost relative. Wu-Tang, yep, our schedule does lighten up pretty soon. Like, almost immediately after the series. We don't have to play the Astros again. Let's remember that. All right, Andres Munoz is up on the hill for the Mariners. Going to try to keep this locked in. DJ LeMahieu steps up to the plate here. LeMahieu is 0 for 3 in this game. See if Andres can hold this down. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike. 23, I think you just put Judge on first. If you get one out here with DJ LeMahieu, I think you think about it. That's for sure. You certainly wouldn't like to have this game upended by the Yankees' best player, if you can control it. The three guys hitting behind Judge in this game are 1 for 8. Granted, that was against Castillo and not, but you got Munoz out there, And Munoz has got a 2-1 count here to LeMahieu. Munoz comes set. Outside corner, nice pitch there. Strike, 2-2. Very good pitch there. Nice sweeping slider. 2-2 pitch to DJ. Swing and a miss on another nasty slider. They went back-to-back on that one, and that's the first out of the inning. Nice job by Munoz. Danny says, that's too much for me personally. I'd rather get a cheap linebacker with our second rounder than linebackers like running back. They come in and they are good in their rookie year. I know he was drafted 9th overall, but linebackers lose their value like running backs do unless they can rush the passer like TJ Watt. It's a very fair point, and one I wouldn't push very hard back up against, Daniel. I wouldn't be against making the move. I'm okay with it either kind of way. I'm not enough drawn in the direction you are to it to say that I'm just a no-go because the price is too high, and they indeed are going to go after Judge here with the first pitch slider again. Strike there to Judge. Judge maybe looking fastball there a little bit. Or he might have been looking slider. He just missed it. It's got some incredible movement there from Munoz. 0-1. Whoa, another nice slider on the inside part of the plate. Judge doesn't like the call. But indeed, that's just a great pitch there by Munoz. Nice job of like a little low-key Raleigh frame there. It wasn't a traditional frame, but he's got his glove kind of turned with where the strike zone is. He kind of looks like he's low-key catching it, but he's also kind of low-key framing that. And that ball's in the dirt. 91-mile-an-hour slider. Randall says, did we sign a free agent safety? Heard Carroll giving someone props today. Said with Neal out, he's given extra PT. Mentioned he was a second-round pick. Muffled reporter during press asked the question. I think that they're talking about Jones, Randall. Isn't that Josh Jones they're talking about? I don't know if he was I think he's a former second-round pick. He's been balling in camp. 1-2 here to Judge. Ooh, good eye by Judge. Another slider there that sweeped right past the plate, but just off the plate. Indeed, it was a ball. And he had Judge just about to flick that bat out there and give it a try. 2-2 here. Munoz looks in. 1 out, top of the 9th inning. He comes set. Judge swings and hits it down the line, foul. 100-mile-an-hour fastball there. And that was straight gas. Big Country, Munoz, the future closer? I'd say so. Great pitch. Randall, we should all mash that like button. Help Big B out a bit. Yeah, thank you for mentioning that. Please do hit that like button if you could. If you like what you're listening to, it does help the channel out tremendously. 2-2 pitch here to Aaron Judge. What's he got for him? Slider outside. 3-2. Last 15 games for Judge. He's hitting .424 with 10 home runs and a 1545 OPS. Careful. Be careful. 3-2 pitch here. Swing and a miss on another slider. Came back with that same middle of the plate low slider he got DJ Mayhew with, and he gets Judge. Big K there, 2 men down. Riverside says, just dawned on me the game's on Saturday. Nice. Yeah. Down goes the Judge. The gavel has fallen. The gavel has broken. Skylar Thomas says a like in the comments helps the algorithm as well. Like. Oh, thank you. Does it really? Okay. I didn't know that. It's the little things, right? The more you know. Andrew Benintendi is up at the plate. He's got an 0-1 count on him here. See if Munoz can continue to hold this sucker down. He comes set. That looked like a swing. And he did. He did swing on the slider down the dirt. Strike 2. The fans in the stadium come to their seat. You can feel the stadium becoming a little bit more electrified as we move into this year. As these opponents have gotten tougher, as they can sense the playoffs are indeed within reach. You can feel the thirst and hunger to get back in there. They spurn Mr. Munoz on, and he comes set. Raleigh sets up high. Right down the middle of Main Street, 102-mile-an-hour fastball with flames leaping off the edges. That's strike 3. And he closes it down. Andres Munoz. Julio likes it. Castillo likes it. Munoz looks just relieved. Let's go, Mems. Let's go, Ems. Kelly, but we do get impressions, laughing out loud. That's Jay. You know I like my impressions, Kelly. Kronos, every kind of extra interaction makes the algorithm think, oh, this channel is popular. Oh, okay. Well, there we go. I like it. The more you know. I should know this stuff probably, right? I should know this stuff. What a big K there. Let's go. Let's go, Big Moons. .283 says Munoz is only 23. Thanks, Padres. That trade is looking so good. That's the best. Padres made some pretty good trades here. That's the best trade he's made throughout his time here, maybe. All right, so the Mariners are going to send up the top of the lineup. Well, you like that, don't you, when you need a run? Frazier will be up first, then France and Haniger. You have only 5 hits in this game, but 2 of them have come of the guys that will come up in 2 of the first 3 guys in this inning. So you're going to have a chance with them, is all I'm saying. I only know a couple of years ago I thought of trying out YouTube streaming, but don't have the personality to keep it up like you do. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. And it's, it's not for everybody on. I know that, but that is good information. And it's always ever changing, that type of stuff, of what the secret sauce is to make sure you're percolating right. I try to check all the boxes as much as I can, but there's a lot of boxes. Voodoo Magic says walk-off France. I could go for a walk. Could you guys go for walk-off France? Go in the store. Anybody else want to walk off France? You, Herbicide, 283? Kelly? Anybody else? I'm going to get a 6er of a walk off France. I just, It's a little hoppy, but it's good. If you guys want that, we can go. I can get you. Let's go. I like it. The Mariners are going to face one Clay Holmes here. 47 games, 2.27 ERA. Opponent hitting 191 against him. 17 saves. France will step up to the plate to face the big right-hander. Frazier hitting 244 on the year. 1 for 3 today. Strike. 97-mile-an-hour fastball at the bottom of the zone. Fans are on their feet. Giving them that little bit of energy. Give them a little bit of that juice. A little bit of that old Soto Mojo magic. Payoff pitch. Swung and fouled back right down the middle of the plate. 98 miles an hour. He had something he could have worked with there. Just couldn't quite get it around there. And he is quickly 0-2. Well, I have been lauding the Mariners lineup throughout the course of this game. And despite not getting runs, you were at least able to usually work yourself back on bad counts. See if Frazier can do that here. 0-2. Down the dirt. Good job. Good eye. 99-mile-an-hour fastball there. 1-2. Herbside says, the more I think about it, I would give up a second for Ray Kwokon. That'd be nice. I brought you over to the dark side, brother. Come to the side with me. 1-2 pitch. Ooh, did that hit him? It did indeed hit him. Just a heavy moving slider, bounced up off the ground and struck Frazier. And that will put the opening runner on base. Here we go. By any means necessary, folks. I will take it. Frazier, pretty good wheels over there at first. And this brings up Ty France to the plate. France is 0 for 3 in this game. He's been pretty money for the Mariners this year with runners on base overall. Frazier gets his lead. Nobody out. Bottom of the 9th inning. Outside. Ball. Good eye. Good eye. Good eye. France adjusts his gloves. Bats his feet. Knocks off some dirt. Steps on in. The Yankees are playing him straight away right now. Keep open that double play ball, no doubt. Swing and a miss on a slider. He gets some good movement on that. 1-1. One and one. Runner on first. Pitcher gets set. Oh! It's a brutal call. It's a great pitch. Slider outside portion of the plate. Tough, though, for France on that one. You're not doing a lot with that pitch. He painted the black with it. That's a nice. That's a fastball around the fence. Just, whew. That four-seamer's running back there late. Right on the line. 1-2 delivery here. France fouls it back. Staying alive. Another 98-mile-an-hour heater there by Holmes. Holmes with the heater. John Boy's been worried that Holmes blows too many saves, so this should be interesting. I like that. Let's see. Let's let history repeat itself. But the catcher tonight's been hitting the gonads and now the thigh. He's going to have some bruises in some tough areas after this game. Grug, yeah, if we can give up a second for Roquan, pull that trigger. Maybe I'm going to leave on this tomorrow's show. I'm going to be on this, guys. So I'm going to go hot on it. I'm going to go from every direction with it for sure. But makes some sense. And a good job of fouling off a tough pitch there by France. Got another 97-mile-an-hour fastball with some heavy movement on it. Just able to just get the end of the bat up on it. The count will remain 1-2. Riverside says we would still have 2 firsts and a second, still enough picks to get a defensive end, defensive tackle, and a quarterback. That's right. Doesn't preclude you from doing anything that you would still want to do into next year. And it's also understanding Riverside, you are, one way or another, if it's not the trade with Roquan, you're going to need to address probably the high pick, doing something at the middle linebacker position. 1 and 2, with Barton being a free agent, of course. It's kind of like, you got it. Roy Alter, in this Yankee slide, Holmes has been awful. Very good. Very good. Frazier gets his lead from first here. 1-2. Ty hanging tough like new kids on the block. Bounces this ball. It's a double play ball. And he is going to get them both. 2 men out. Frazier tried to hold up there. And boy, Frazier's had a brutal day today. He slid into second, trying to leg out a single for a double and got smacked in the chest. And again here, sliding down, tagged. Tries to kind of trip him. I like the effort on Frazier's part. France just trying to stay alive on a 1-2 count there. But you quickly now have 2 runners out. And we are going to, it looks like, potentially here be heading into extra innings unless Mitch Haniger can give this ball a ride. 2 men out, bottom of the 9th. Ball. Ethan McKinley Gratter says, it's the suck for Bryce, young boys. We're not trading anyone this year. Embrace this tank as much as it sucks. It could be that. You never know, though. Again, Mariners have made these kind of deals before, and that's a 97-mile-an-hour fastball on the inside part of the plate, which will even up the count 1-1. Dan W. said Khalil Mack went for a second-rounder. No way is Roquan worth a second-rounder, a new draft pick. Just use the second-rounder to draft a linebacker on a cheap 4-year deal. It's not a bad approach. It's not a bad approach at all. Oh, we got 1-1 here now. Slider there. And Mitch is taken. Big Country says that sucked. Yeah, that did suck to hitting that double play there. You didn't even get really a good swing from Ty, which makes it tough. 1-2 now here to Mitch. Outside, ball 2. Herbicide says, Brandon got it right. I'm one of the second rounders next year. I would rather have another inside linebacker. I mean, it's I can see both ways of it. I can see both standpoints on it. And I don't think there's a wrong method or approach here necessarily, but I'm open to it. I can see the logic in it. That ball's hit on the ground. This will be an easy play for the third baseman. He's up with it, and the throw will get Haniger, and we are going into extras. 0-0. Paul Sewald getting ready, it looks like, to go take the hill for your Mariners here in the 10th. D-Boy, what's up, my man? Good to see you in the chat. Hope you're doing good. And I'm doing awesome, brother. Awesome. Grug says, I'd rather use a first on an inside linebacker. Better prospects in that range like Sewell, Simpson, and Tutu. I'd be okay with that, too. I can kind of go in a variety of different directions here. But it also depends a little bit on, what Seattle knows about Raekwon and what he would bring to this defense. And again, those players, though they may be talented, those are future players. You have a future college season to play out. You don't know where everything's going to shake out. These lists where guys put people up on the list and say this guy will be definitely a first-round pick in next year's draft, that very often changes and slides over the course of a college season. Whereas, again, you do know what Raekwon is. Again, I get the other side of this. I'm just saying there is a value into making the trade as well on the other side of it. Into extras we go, and I hate the Ghost Runner. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Ghost Runner either. Debo says, please everyone hit the like button. Let's get a rally going. We need a like button rally going. That's how we're going to make this happen. We hit the like button, and it will make a Mariner run, and it will keep the Yankees from scoring. I promise you. Herbicide says, I say both first go to the defensive line. I don't know on that. You're running a 3-4 defense. I mean, like a defensive line in a 3-4 defense is not the most. Those guys are usually just there to kind of take up blockers for the most part. mean, you get some dynamic guys out there like a Richard Seymour types, but it's harder to do. Galaxovai says Roquan is so good. He is good. He knows what he's doing out there. He's a top middle linebacker in the sport. Top 3. It's not Fred Warner, but, you know, who's number 2 over the top of him right now? Maybe DeMario Davis, maybe. All right, Paul Sewald will come into the game now. If he can hold this thing down a little bit further now, get us through another inning. And as was said before, we got the ghost runner out there on second. Andrew Benatandi. Josh Donaldson will step up to the plate. I guess maybe the one upside to the ghost runner here with Donaldson coming up is that he, being a right-handed batter here and a guy who's not going to be likely to be bunting, so you can maybe potentially end up keeping the runner on second here. 1-0 count here to Josh. There's nobody able to generate any runs this game. The wind, the delivery, outside, ball 2. Certainly don't want to put him on base. Owen Seattle getting Hendon Hooker. Maybe. He's got a lot of development to do on his end of things, but he's one of those guys I'm keeping an eye on. That's for sure. Swing and a miss by the free swing and Donaldson on 2-0. 2-1. Trade a second for Raekwon next quarterback, center knows, and our team will be set. Shaq Leonard. 2-1. Outside, ball 3. Grug says, actually, Brandon, I was responding to someone in the chat. I actually prefer trading Raekwon, but if we don't, we can still get a good inside linebacker in the first next year. We're good either way. So I look at it too. I'm not really emotionally hitched to it, so I get what you're saying. Ethan says today was Munoz's first good inning in a while. Well, it's a good time for him to come through with it. We needed it. So Sewald can keep him off base here. That ball's hit back. 3-2 now. Herbert says, not a popular opinion. No, I still say we wait until the second for a quarterback. You could. It's possible they do. They've waited before. 3-2 pitch here to Josh Donaldson now. Knock back again. It will remain. Debo, Brandon, KJ said that the Seahawks will sneak into the playoffs this year with there being 7 spots in the playoffs. What are your thoughts on that? He's been, yikes. Just hit Donaldson in the back on that pitch, 3-2 pitch, and he'll get first base. What are you going to do, stare him down like he meant to do that, you idiot? Donaldson's kind of a fake tough guy, though, so. He gives him this look like, really. But KJ's been pretty consistent in the respect of Debo, being higher on this team than others are. And he's gone on a couple of different interviews and said the same thing. So I will take him at his word for it and not him just, being kind of positive Paul about the situation. But this is also, Debo, this is where my optimism has also come on the channel and how I've described it and why I feel as good as I do about this team, not necessarily being elite, but having the potential to get the playoffs. Because I think they put the right components together to get yourself into the playoffs if you don't have a quarterback, if you don't have that guy that can tilt the field. Tim LeCastro will come on here and pinch run for Donaldson, and Gleyber Torres will take a first pitch strike. How about a nice little triple play here? Can we get a little triple? Right to third base, Suarez, back to second, then to third. Have Torres just roll a slider over here maybe. And they've got him. They've got a pickoff play here. Sewald turns around and he got him. Out number 1. Great job. Great job by Sewald. Keeping an eye on Benintendi at second, and Benintendi just gets caught trying to get too much of a secondary lead there on the pitch. I don't even think he was going. Yankees aren't going to run into the first out of the inning there. No, they are. They had him running. Wow. Wow. And Sewald was all over it. He just must have started running early, and Sewald's like, oh, really? All right. 1 man down now. Runner on second. Ball's knocked up at the plate. He's on it. Keeps the runner over at second. Now we'll be 2 men down. All right. Let's go, Mims. Big country. Bold move, Yankees. Bold move. Too bold. Too bold. Odd on their part, isn't it? Isn't that a strange move to do a steal with nobody out? Runners on first and second? I bunt that ball over. I don't care. I'll pinch hit my damn run. If my hitter can't do it, I'll pinch him and get a guy who could be my bunter there. Get runners to second and third. Miguel Andujar is up at the plate now. Mariners with 2 outs. Ball 1. Wu-Tang Financial says, with Pete, I feel like he always has the teams with a high floor, even if the ceiling is low without a legitimate quarterback. I don't know about the playoffs, though. I agree with you. I think Wu-Tang, you put out exactly how I arrived at 8 and 9 on this season for my final record on the team right now in my prognostication. It could certainly go up a couple wins with a few bouncing balls going our way, a little bit of luck, a little bit of injury luck. A little bit of good luck with maybe the teams around the NFC not being quite as strong to help us a little bit with the 2. A couple wins, you can get up to 10, 11 wins. I wouldn't be blown away by that, but I'm trying to be realistic at about 8 and 9. We got a 1-1 count now on Miguel Andujar. Sewald comes set. Here's the pitch. It's fouled back. 1-2. NFC seems pretty weak, so there's hope, says Big Country. I think it's a little more opened up than obviously the AFC is, right? For certain. All right, 1-2. The fans are on their feet, getting loud, trying to give Paul that little bit of extra energy to get through this inning. Low. Two and 2 to Miguel Andujar. 2 outs. Fans are on their feet. Sewald with the pitch. Ooh, inside, ball 3. It was definitely a ball. Not even really kind of borderline there. That was definitely off. I think we come in third in the NFC West. Penny's health is the biggest factor. I agree. Riverside, a lot of inside linebackers in the late first. We can address all of these apparent needs in the first 2 rounds. You can indeed. I have seen some weak middle of linebacker drafts in recent years, though, too. It's not always there's a lot of good prospects in every draft. It's not always that way. Miguel Andujar's in a 3-2 count now with Sewald. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, and Sewald flexes on him. Strike 3. Fantastic pitch by Sewald there. And the Mariners will go to the bottom of the 10th with a runner on second, nobody outs. Play good small ball in this next inning, and you win this game. And I'm going to be right back. I got to get some water. Okay, so we've got Lamb, Suarez, and Raleigh coming up to the bottom of the 10th. You're going to have a runner on second who will be that'd be Haniger, basically. Probably pinch run at that point. Kelly says, hey, B, not to talk Hawks, but did you see Kobe was playing nickel today? I didn't have a chance to see that. No. I just kind of went right from work to going live, so I haven't had a chance to check on much Hawk news for today. But as I've wondered about with this, Kelly, when you have this many cornerbacks percolating all at once on the outside especially, Artie Burns there, Sidney Jones there, Bryant, Tariq Woolen, if maybe that one of these guys ends up, I long thought it would be a Trey Brown eventually kicked inside to slot. But maybe perhaps it could be a Kobe. It'd be surprising. He is 6'1", but he has very good lateral burst and quickness, which would aid him in the slot, and he has very good ball skills, which you normally wouldn't see brought to the slot. They're probably trying to give him a look there and see how he is. All right, folks. Come on now. Come on, Seattle Mariners. Let's go, M's. Let's go. Voodoo Magic says, walk off, Gino. Well, this is the interesting thing here. Do you get, I don't know how Lamb is as a bunter, but I really want to see a bunt here. Just give me a bunt him over. Suarez is a good hitter who naturally lifts the ball really well. I feel like Suarez can get a fly out in his sleep if you can just get this damn bunt down. But as we know in the modern Major League Baseball, they don't like practicing bunting anymore. These guys can barely do it. They all look awkward. Even the small, utility guys you think who would at least make that something they're good at doing it with do struggle with it. I really hope they're not looking to have Lamb free swing here. And indeed they are. Strike one. And Lamb's obviously a lefty. He can pull this ball over to the right side as well with this, but this is where this drives me crazy about modern league baseball. You're in the bottom of the 10th. You need one run. Bunt the guy over and have him lift the ball, sack fly, and you win the game. But they're so bad at bunting. They so don't practice it that you can't even pull that in. And he knocks it on the ground, but now he's 0-2. And this is what's going to happen now is you're going to... Oh, I feel like it's the analytic people who killed this part of the game. I'm going to blame them on this one. All right, 0-2, Jake. You can't strike out here, buddy. Choke up on that bat, shorten your swing, and put this damn thing in play. Come on, Lamb. 0-2. Ooh, holds off. 1-2, good eye. Lamb has showed a pretty good eye here today, though he is 0-3 with 2 strikeouts. He has gotten fairly deep into the accounts. Let's go. GG in the chat says Yankees offense sleeping. A little bit. Our pitchers have given a good game, though, too. Everybody's done their job. All right, here we go, Lamb. 1-2. Holds up. Oh, that was close. Almost swung throwing that outside pitch. 2-2. Hey, Country, one of the best pitching duels of the season? Yeah, it was. Boy, was it ever. Lamb coming back in, taking some swings. Wiggling the hips a little bit to get comfortable. Outside, great eye on that slider. Looked like it was going to come back on the outside corner, but it just straightened out there. 3-2. As I said about Lamb earlier in this about, he has struck out a couple times in this game, but he's done a good job of, even if he gets behind on the count, working his way back into it. See if he can get something done here. Got to feel like you're going to get a fastball here if you're Lamb. Mitch Haniger gets a lead there at second. Decent speed. Certainly not going to be going with the pitch here as you've got nobody out. Here comes the payoff pitch. Knocked foul on a check swing. Better to be lucky than good. That was not in the zone, buddy. You swung at ball 4 there. I can't believe you had to actually go check with the umpire after that. that a strike? Was that blue? Was that a strike blue? So no. 3-2 here to Jake Lamb. Come on, buddy. You can see him just kind of gently easing into that batter's box. 3-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And Ethan Payne is right. Absolutely drives me crazy in the modern age. And, it is completely silly. You don't need multiple runs. The whole theory behind not bunting and moving runners over in the modern era is you don't do it because the analytic people tell you that it's a waste of an out. But when you're in the bottom of a 10th and you need one run to win a game, why don't you have the guy bunt? And if he can't bunt, do you literally have nobody on your bench who can go out there and lay down a bunt? It is so weird to me. I can get it if it's Josh Donaldson or a guy like that up the plate that's got that pop and you don't want to do that. And Suarez first pitch swinging, this will just knock this out into right field. And if your runner's on third right now, even with Judge's great arm, that's going to score him there. And that's, this is a part where you could take this game easy peasy, but you made it hard because you had to let the guy who's hitting 224 in your lineup swing away. And Cal Raleigh will come out now, hopefully to save Lamb's behind and do something with this. But it's absolutely so silly. It is getting ridiculous. We're 10 innings here. Nobody can score a run. Megan, how long can this go for? It can go forever. Now, if the Mariners lose this game, this is where they threw this one away. If this is the spot where they did it. The inability to play small baseball in this stadium, which should be a darn near requirement for any team with as big as this stadium plays. Not even to give him like one chance to lay down a bunt. What is Lamb bringing to this lineup that with his 2 strikeouts leading up to that bat that puts the confidence in service not to have him lay down the bunt? Just trying to walk through the process of what the manager was thinking there in that situation not to do that. I hope the reporters ask him about it after the game. All right, Cal Raleigh up to the plate, 2 outs, runner on second. First pitch swinging, driven right at Aaron Judge, and that will end the inning for out number 3. So we're going to go to 1 o'clock in the morning here, folks. Woo! I have a shaking suspicion that the Mariners just used up the last of their luck in this particular game. I got a sneaking suspicion that was their shot right there. Ethan says service has been inept with base running and bullpen for weeks now. Yeah, that to me is just absolutely as brain fart as you get as a coach, sitting there making that move. Like, you literally have to bunt a guy over. This is the most basic of basic baseball. Runner on second, you need 1 run to win the game. Walk off, no doubt about it. But, I'm not surprised. I don't see it through the rest of this lineup. It's obviously not something that the Mariners seem to, you see it with the approaches at the plate at times and the free swinging nature of the lineup and everybody swinging from the back of their heels all the time. And, this is where, again, it's approach. It's something I've harped on with this channel over the last couple of weeks, where we sit back and wonder and look at this lineup and go, why aren't you able to get any runs? Well, because when times are tough and you can't get runs because you don't have enough hot bats in your lineup, you have no way to then manufacture runs. You have no way to then play small ball to make those runs happen. You're not going to take the extra base. You're not going to hit a guy over. You're not going to situationally hit. And so that just further then deteriorates a lineup that's already struggling to score runs, which makes this all the more mind-blowing to me that in that moment, Service ignores those factors and goes, no, I'm going to let the guy hitting 224 swing away. I'm going to let the guy that struck out already twice and will now strike out 3 times in this game, I'm going to let him go at it. Big Country, watch the Yankees try and bunt. Well, the Yankees will bunt now because they're out of the middle of their order. And they're out of the middle of, like, Lamb's in the middle of the order today, but he's not a middle of the order lineup hitter. He's only hitting in the middle of the order because our lineup sucks. So they've put him in the middle of the lineup. But now as you've gotten you're into the bottom of the lineup with Hicks and whatnot, you're going to see a bunt here first pitch from the Yankees. They're not going to swing away with it. But they did with Donaldson because he can match. I mean, you do with, it's even in historic terms, if you're in that situation and you're in the middle of the lineup and you have a true middle of the order hitter up, you are going to tend to let that guy swing away. But not if you've got a guy that you've just put into the middle of the order because you're just looking for any answer at all. We can get nothing from this position in our lineup. And it does continue to be the cleanup hitter outside of maybe Eugenio from time to time just continues to be more like, geez. But yeah, you're going to see a bunt here. You will indeed. Yeah, Megan, they just keep going if they don't score. It just keeps going and going and going and going and going. Voodoo says, this is the only time you need Toro. We do need Abraham Toro. Greg says, we're about to lose right now. Watch. I'm dismayed. This is one of the best teams in the American League. You get a chance to put them down. You don't give them a second chance at it. And that's just what they're about to do. That's the silliest decision I've seen all year out of service as a manager. That is, oh boy. 1-0 pitch, 2-0. Let's get behind this guy first thing. I don't know why also. The Mariner pitchers, every single one of them that I've watched throw to Aaron Hicks is absolutely petrified to throw strikes to this guy. Like there's an intense level of fear. 3-0 now. They can't. He's that bottom of the order hitter that somehow seems to be so lethal to the Mariner pitcher hearts that they just can't seem to find a way to get a pitch in the zone. Every single time he's up, he's going 2-0, 3-0. Strike, 3-1. Them's got Brandon off right now. Sorry, Brandon. One good thing is not over yet. Not over yet. And it is. Got me a little shook on that one. That ball's hit on a line, caught. And they get the second out at second base with Crawford. 2 men down. That looked like trouble off the bat. Line drive, but caught. And that will put 2 men down now. It's a good break. I will give the Mariners props on this. This is a positioning situation, though, where your scouting reports have you put a player in a certain spot on that shift. Hitter has a tendency to hit to this area of things. And Frazier just able to climb the ladder enough to go get that ball. Roy Alter says more stupid base running. It looked like a base hit off the bat. It's hard on those line drive hits like that to, as a runner, your natural tendency when it's hit like that is to move. But they did catch him. Jose Trevino up to the plate now, 0-1. He'll take time. And Festa will take a moment himself. It's like the Yankees are going to send a lefty down the hill if this goes it will go into the bottom of the 11th. 0-1, low, ball 1. Wu-Tang Financial, such great defense, and we wasted that last inning. Be here until midnight, laughing out loud. I'll tell you this, if we get through this inning, they better bunt next inning. That second base guy, he better be bunting. 1-1 here to Jose. Here's the wind, the delivery. Swing and a miss. A very nice slider there. I call those the street sweepers. That's where it goes across the full portion of the plate and ends up even a couple inches outside with its nasty amount of movement. And I'm going to give credit to the gold chain of Matt Festa. That thing's hanging so low it's around his knees. 1-2 delivery. Knocked out into right. Woo! Haggerty up there makes the snow cone catch for out number 3. 2 pitches in that inning, hit on a line drive, but able to make the grab. And that will be out number 3. Let's go. With all my negativity. Let's go. Haggerty coming in. That ball was dying. Haggerty's got even a longer chain than Festa. Is the power in the chain? Do I need to get myself a gold chain? All right, let's go. Come on. Okay. Okay, folks. Okay. This is real easy here, okay? Crawford's up. He can bunt. You're going to have a man on second. Just bunt him on over, Croft. Let's not free swing. We need 1 run. Bunt him over. Then Ham Haggerty comes up. Is Ham going to let us down? Is Ham Swaggerty going to let us down? No, he's not going to let us down. So let's put Ham in the position to do what he does. He's dripping with swag. Okay? Let's go. Thank you, Big Country. Please bunt. Just bunt. I can't believe I've got to beg for this. It's Crawford. He's kind of a slight guy, shortstop guy. Historically speaking, these guys can at least somewhat bunt. Just, I feel like Happy Gilmore here. Just tap it in. Just tap it in. Just tap it in. So, tippity tap. Just tap it in. That's all we got to do here. That's all we got to do. D-boy, it's all about the gold chains, I guess, man. Festa had one down to the belly button. I go out there and see Haggerty. He's got his down to his thighs. They're going for those giant chains. And our defense has been a godsend. We can't blow this. This is a big game right now. This will be a big win to come out of this with. Mark Thurston says 300 hitter comes out of nowhere, Mr. Swaggerty. That's right, he does. Out of nowhere. Wu-Tang Financial, drip is life. That's right, drip is life. That is when your name's Ham Haggerty. Bernardino's our only remaining pitcher. Well, hopefully that will push them to bunt. D-Boy says they're not going to bunt. Why would you not bunt here? And nobody's in the chat said yet. I mean, what's the theory behind not bunting? Just that the hitters are so bad at it, and that you just don't trust them with it. I mean, I guess that's possible. There's something wrong with the spikes here. Looks like the big dumper he's got to go out to second base. Megan says 3:30 p.m. here. Yeah, it's getting late on our side. All right, Cal Raleigh's at second, so you don't necessarily have high-end wheels out there. And we'll take a legitimate bunt to get it done. Certainly, the Yankees are probably going to play up at the corners here, I would imagine. And yeah, they are. Crawford steps to the plate. What are they going to do? He will turn around over. Nope, he's going to stay. He's staying. All right, here we go. He's not switch. He's lefty only. That's my other switch hitters. All right, Croft in this game, 0 for 3. What's he going to do? What's he going to do? Peralta up on the mound here for the Yankees. Gonzalez and LeMahieu up close at the corners. Playing him straight away. And he's swinging. He's not bunting. Ball 1. Whew. Okay. Big Country, this feels like chess. It does a little bit. I wish there was a little more of the chess feel would be if you actually bunted here, but I guess they just don't think Crawford get it through. Again, I hope the media asks him about this after the game because this is a little odd. And pitcher trying to keep Raleigh close there. Cal's no threat here to run, certainly. They're preparing for the bunt. I mean, you can prepare for the bunt, but you can still get it down. It's obviously harder if they're leaning up like that, but there he goes. He showed bunt, 2-0. Thank you. Cal gets his lead. Does get the bunt down. It gets down at third. That'll be a great bunt. And that will get the job done. Great job there by Crawford. Small ball is indeed still alive in this sport. The Mariners have Kyle Raleigh at third base. One man out. And one Mr. Ham Swaggerty coming to the plate. Just a beautiful bunt. See? Just a beautiful bunt. You hit that at third base side. The shortstop's got to come over. Third baseman's not going to be able to turn around in time and pivot to get that ball to third base. He's going to go get that sure out. And Crawford almost beat that sucker out. And the Yankees indeed have Swag in their mind. His drip got him worried. It's had him fearful all game. He's already had a couple hits. They said no more of this. Enough of this. They're just going to give him the base. And certainly there's a little bit of preservation of the double play ball here. That's probably also a factor. I'll give a little bit of that too. But it's also the fear of Haggerty in their hearts causing them to say we cannot let him kill us as he is. This is going to bring up a man who has been struggling. Seems like I can say that about quite a few Mariner batters up the plate lately. Carlos Santana, last 86 games, he's hitting 199 with 10 home runs and 37 RBIs. One nice thing you do get with this pinch hit situation, of course, I guess that is nice about this is you are having a guy here who's good about lifting. He's good about getting fly balls. He's got a natural lift to his swing. And you are getting a lefty-righty matchup here, which you like as well, as opposed to Kelney here. So this is a good move, I think, by Service, even though Santana has struggled. I'm okay with this as a move, especially with Kelney, who's had his share of strikeouts, which you just can't have here. Santana hasn't had his either. 1-0 here. Good eye on the first pitch. My Black Magic Woman, Carlos Santana. 1-0. This ball hit right back to the pitcher. That's going to be an easy double play ball for out number 3. And we are indeed going to be here until the crack of dawn, folks. Till the crack of dawn. As that will retire the side. So the Mariners do a good job of playing small ball, but then Santana just meekly hits the ball back to the pitcher. 283 says, why wasn't Lewis in there? Because he's like Kelney, had so many strikeouts, I think. And they think with Santana, maybe he's just a little bit more likely to make contact at least, which that's the thing you're probably thinking of from the manager's position there. I mean, there's no good options on the bench to go to at this point. Let's face it. I mean, maybe Toro would have been it, but yeah. Ethan says, hey, Syria plays smooth by Santana. There we go. Oh, golly, everyone. There's over 100 people in here. Let's hit that like button. Yeah, please do if you like what you're listening to. Do me a favor and just smack that like button. We now do indeed find ourselves moving over again here. And to the 12th. The 11th. 12th, 11th. And as somebody said above, we are running a little bit out of pitchers here. You've already worked Castillo, Munoz, Sewald, and Festa here. I wonder if Festa's going to get another inning. Luis Torrens for pitcher? I hope not. Ben says 1:30 a.m. here. Yeah, this has got the looks of one of those games where it's like, what a game. Nobody can score any runs. It's just amazing. Nobody can get, they're giving them runners at second base, and still neither of these two teams can do anything to even generate one run. Their batters are completely shut down in this game completely. It's games like this. I don't know if it's the stadium's just so hard to hit in. It's obviously the good pitchers in this game, but I mean, I'm so tired of this lineup with guys like Santana and Dylan Moore in it and just giving you nothing. Like, all you got to do is hit up in the air and he swung at a pitch that really wasn't, he could have waited. He was in a 1-0 count. But he's such a free swinger, you're not going to get impatient. He loves swinging at everything. All right, Matt Brash up on the hill now. Big Country says, hot take, I would have stuck with Kelney right there. I don't know, man. And you're going lefty-lefty matchup, which I wouldn't like, especially with a guy like Kelney who's really struggling like he is. If I'm having Kelney swing the bat, I want him to be doing it against a righty. Haggerty's got that uniform dirty. I like it. I like it. Roy Alter, 2 balks needed for Yanks to score. That's it. Jared Fillion, I wouldn't trust any of the hitters for the Mariners. That is what the Mariners need, is that 1 star. They do. I mean, just sometimes, too, it's like just need guys with some approaches that are at least sometimes seeming professional. You have Lamb striking out when you need him to pull the ball to the right side as a lefty hitter in the last inning. And then you have Santana who gets ahead 1-0 and is just so free swinging, he's not going to wait for a pitch in his zone. He's just going to, if it's close, I'm swinging at it. I'm going to swing. I got to swing. I got to swing. And it's just that impatient approach you see at times that gets frustrating because it's where they could help themselves. 1-0 count here to Isaiah Kiner. He knocks it foul. Ethan, who do you trust more, bring Castillo back in for the 13th or Bernardino? I don't know if you're getting another inning here. I'd probably just roll with Brash at this point. The bullpen thing is what it is. You're getting insanely deep into this game at this point. So you're just going to have to lean to the arms you are. I mean, Bernardino doesn't give me a lot of confidence at this point, really. Especially how he was pitching the other night. Not that Brash is exactly a guy instills that confidence either, but I'll just ride with Brash and let this go where it's going to go at this point. Give him a couple innings. That's what it's going to be. All right, Brash comes set, 1-2. Runner on second. Nobody out. Swing right up the middle. Oh, my gosh. Brash with a great play. And they're going to get 2. They're going to get 2. He's out as well. What an amazing play. I can't even keep up with the action. The ball is batted back. Brash reaches behind his back like some trick move and picks up the ball. First looks to first, but then realizes, wait, let me check the second baseman. Where my second base runner's at. He gets caught peeking, thinking the ball had gone up the middle, throws it to second. They get the guy in a rundown from second base. Then the runner from first goes to second. They get him into a rundown. Both runners run themselves out of the zone. But boy, what smart thinking by Brash there to not only make that play and put your glove behind you to give yourself a chance to make the play, but then also to have the mindset there not to just first go right to first, but come back there to second and be wary of that runner. Fantastic job by the kid. Great play by Brash. That's the play of the game right there so far. 1-0 now here to DJ LeMahieu as the lineup turns over for the New York Yankees. But what a play. He just flicked it back. That's like when it's hit back to the pitcher and they just throw their glove up and they catch it and it's just reflexes. Roy Alter says more stupid base running. Now that was a stupid base running there. He's trying to get to third because he doesn't want to be on second with 2 outs. But, yeah, he's leaving the base run line. They're trying to re-show that. It's like he's out of the base. Both those guys left the line. And, boy, you don't want to mess around with LeMahieu. You got 2-0 now on this count with LeMahieu. Be very careful here, Brash. Let's not get to Judge in this inning, you know. You can avoid Judge completely here. You're 3-0. With Judge on deck, it's like I'm gonna go after LeMahieu. There we go, strike. There we go, Brash. Nice job. 3-1. 3-1. P-Hawk, bro, I want to go to sleep, but I can't want to watch this. I get it. Here's the pitch, 3-1. Inside fastball, 3-2. DJ was taken. He's trying to get it to Judge. I like the approach by DJ LeMahieu there. I'm going to 2 strikes when I got this guy behind me. That's the approach you've got to have as the front batter on that guy there. 3-2 pitch, 2 men out. Top of the 12th inning, 0-0. Brash set with the wind delivery. Strike 3. He puts a 98-mile-an-hour fastball on the outside corner. Sit down, boy. Sit down. Mark Thurston says Major League Baseball's #1 defense. That's right. That's right. What a game. What a game. Is this emotional swings or what? D-Boy says, Brandon, I know this is off topic, but thoughts on Brittany Griner? It's a little in that political range of things, D-Boy. I try to avoid that stuff. You go to another country, you can't have any stuff on you because, there's an old movie that I learned this about, D-Boy, that I watched when I was a kid. I don't know if I'd recommend watching it. It's probably still a disturbing movie. It was actually written by Oliver Stone called Midnight Express. And about a guy who tries to tape some hashish to his body, gets caught in Turkey taping the hashish, and what then happens to him in the Turkish prison system. So, I have sympathy for what she's going through with it, but you also do go, what, you're going into Russia with that? Like, I feel for you, but it's Russia. They don't play with that stuff. And it is their law of the land there, Roy Alter says, Yanks look helpless. They definitely had somebody said before, a couple of base running mistakes killed them on this one, in this extra inning. And that was a tough one for that runner because, again, you don't want to end up still on second base with one man down. But you do have to think, I think, a little bit as a base runner there. If I maintain where I am here through this inning and I don't get picked off there and I'm just at second base, we're going to get to Judge this inning with me on. Now, Mariners could have pitched around Judge then and then put him on first. That's another counter to that a little bit. But it's huge to get that out there. And this has been just wild. Just wild. Haggerty's going to come out. This is very important as your runner on second base. So you have some plus wheels out there on that side of things. What a play by Brash. They're showing it again. Amazing. Roy Alter, MLB Network carrying this? Hell yeah, dude. They better be. This is, as somebody said, this is one of the games of the year right here. This is amazing. And the Mariners are showing you why defense matters in this game. You're seeing it in the subtle ways. You're seeing it in the big play ways. Why this team is maybe perhaps the best defensive team in all of Major League Baseball. Danny W. Well, with Brittany, at least we'll know she will be safe from the U.S. national anthem in Russian jail. So she's not going. She has that going for her. There you go. All right, Ham Swaggerty's out on second, which already gives us a little bit of a bump, right? When you got that swag out there at second. Adam Frazier up to the plate now, the lefty on lefty action here. See if he can, and he's going to free swing and not bunt. And much like we saw with Lamb, that's going to prove to be pretty ridiculous as he just knocks it straight up into the air in foul territory. The Yankees get it. I guess, again, outside of Crawford, that's the only guy on your roster that can bunt. I don't know why Frazier's inability to bunt there, being that he's a second baseman who's a slight guy, that you think he's worked on that. But indeed, I guess that's not the case. And it looks like Boone's going to come out and make a pitching change. Boy, these teams struggling to get the runner in from second with nobody out. Wild. Just wild. Whew. And no base hits. We've had 8 total hits here in all these innings of play. Nico Gripe Paris says the last 3 innings they cooked it. They did. France will get it done, says Jared. I hope so, man. We need somebody to get done this lineup. Can somebody get a base hit, please? Just a base hit. I understand the Yankees have a pretty good pen, but it feels like, you've probably gotten through the majority of the best ones here at this point. Can just a hit? I mean, you've literally not gotten a base hit in the last 3 innings against these Yankee relievers. Not even one. I know our Mariner relievers are doing an equally good job on their side, and it's a late game. These guys are probably getting a little tired. It's middle of the season, that type of stuff where people, the players' just natural human tendency is going to be a little like, all right, how late's this game? What are we on? But come on. Yankees are on Yankee time right now. It's 2 a.m. Let's get them. Ethan, what the F, Frazier? Yeah, again, first pitch swinging, not taking any pitches, coming out there and just trying to, it's like hero ball on stuff a little bit. Not, and I see it so consistently through this whole lineup. And if you can mash, you can first pitch swing your brains out. If you're a guy that's going to be even a 280 hitter, go ahead and first pitch swing. But when you've been clutching around the 250 mark the whole season, or you're hitting 226, hey buddy, you gotta do what you gotta do on the other side of it. You ain't all that in a bag of chips at this point. And Frazier's up there just like, I'm gonna just start hacking. I'm 0 for 3. Let's go. We saw Crawford lay down the bunt, got the guy to third base. It's kind of like they're making a little more overcomplicated here. Well, Lou Trevino is in the game now for the Yankees. They're looking to go righty-righty matchup here with France stepping up to the plate. David Phillips go back to the bottom of the 11th. JP bunts Cal to third, 1 out. How did we get a runner on first? We had a runner on second. We didn't have a runner on first. Nice slider there, strike 1. So, yeah, I don't think it worked. We had a guy in second. Ty France hitting .355 with 4 home runs and 42 RBIs on the season with runners in scoring position. This is the guy in the lineup you'd want in this moment. Bounces it meekly in front of the plate, and that will be out. Number 2, Ty France has just some miserable swings in this game where he has been caught out front, guessing, not on the pitch. Just he's kind of flailed a little bit today on a couple of these swings from him. Same thing we saw from Santana. It's a well-pitched game. Best pitched game in Major League Baseball this year all the way through. Can't take that away from either side of the mound here. But my God, you got a guy in second base here. Come on, Mitch. Come on, Mitch. Haniger 1 for 4 in this game. Runner on third now. Low, ball 1. Love the patience by Mitch here out the gate. Wait for yours. One and 0. Trevino comes set. Here's the pitch. That's outside, 2 and 0. All right, Mitch is going to get a pitch to hit here. Though certainly you could say Trevino's maybe being a little careful with Mitch in that he's got Lamb sitting on deck. Part of the oddity of having Lamb hitting cleanup in this game. Just an odd choice by Service. Mariners with 6 walk-offs this year. Ball 3, and indeed he is being careful. That's another breaking ball on the outside, far outside part of the plate. He's not really trying to even give Mitch a pitch here. I would be surprised if even this one was a fastball, quite frankly. Here's the pitch. Strike. He gives him a fastball. Okay. I thought he was playing with him with some of those pitches because he was missing real far outside with those sliders. 3-1 now. See if he'll throw him another fastball just like that. And if he does, that's going to be trouble. I think Mitch is going to be geared up on that one. 3-1 delivery. No, throws him a slider. Ball 4. He walks Mitch. Indeed, being a little careful with him there after that one. That was a close one. John Hennigan said 2 a.m. Oh, goodness. Ty France, yeah, he's below 300 now. It's I mentioned with the Ty because Ty's usually so good at getting solid contact on the barrel of the bat. You know, he'll get a lot of line drive outs and stuff, but he's always putting good line drive swings on it. And so to see him so caught off guard on a multitude of bats here through this game on a couple of different pitchers that he's faced, it's a bit of an oddity. 283 says winning on a wild pitch would be hilarious. It would be hilarious and awesome. And Lamb is going to come to the plate now. He is 0 for 4 in this game with 3 strikeouts. Mariners just a couple of days ago had Kyle Lewis put up a 4 strikeout game. So it's definitely some swings and misses in this lineup at times. But let's see if Lamb can come in, the newest addition brought over at the trade deadline. If he can come up and be a hero for this team. Batting cleanup, runners on first and third. You've got an advantageous matchup with the lefty hitter on righty pitcher on lefty batter. Jared Fillion, that's what the Dodgers are good at, patience. I'm pretty convinced it's something great teams have to have within their lineup, at least consistently. First pitch low, ball. You've got to... The pitchers are too good in this modern era. If you're going to swing yourself out of counts, if you're going to swing at bad pitches, it's just you're making the hill that's already an uphill battle for hitters in the modern era even more steeper. Here's the 1-0 delivery to Jake Lamb. Outside, ball 2. Trevino definitely being very careful. Mariner batters understandably here. And Lamb steals, not Lamb, but Haniger steals second base with a no throw from the catcher. They're just giving him that. They're not worried about that, of course. Lamb, a 2-0 count. Let's see if he's sitting on a pitch here. And he indeed is, and batters it foul. Two one. Runners on second and third. 2 men out. Bottom of the 12th inning. Tied up 0-0. Lamb ready. Pitcher set. Swing and a miss. 96-mile-an-hour fastball that was off the plate. A ball. Lamb on it. From Frazier at the start of this inning to JP to Lamb here. You'd love to see the guys wanting to take the moment and shine, but you want to see them do it on a pitch that they can work with. 2-2 pitch here. Will there be another inning? High ball, 96-mile-an-hour fastball. This will run the count 3-2. Eugenio Suarez on deck. And the fans are being so loud it's shaking the camera in the stadium as they are trying to push Lamb forward. Swung and just fouled back, just got a piece. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. Just got just a fraction of a fiber of wood upon that ball. Lamb steps back in 3-2. Can he be the hero, this new arrival, this man to help aid the depth of this roster? Trevino comes set. Lamb is ready. Inside, ball 4, another walk. Great patience here by the Mariner batters. Very well done. And that's a legitimate walk versus the last one with Haniger, which was a good walk, but they were definitely pitching a little bit more around Haniger there. And on this one, he was going after Lamb. He made some tough pitches on him there. And Lamb showing some good patience as early on in the bat, he was swinging at some bad pitches a little bit out of the zone, getting a little bit too much on it. Eugenio Suarez steps up to the plate. He's hitting .228 on the year with 18 home runs and 58 RBIs. 0 for 4 in this particular game with 2 strikeouts. He has been pretty clutch for this Mariner team. Can he come up here? Can he come up here? First pitch, strike, check swing. And Gino aggressive. You see that the bat early, like I keep saying, it's early at bats. They're aggressive. They're aggressive early counts. And again, at a pitch that's a ball. He's just walked 2 guys. Patience. 0-1 pitch here now. Swing and a miss. Suarez swings so hard his helmet falls off. 0-2. 97-mile-an-hour fastball and just swung right through it. Very nice movement on that pitch. And Suarez just, that was looking for grand salami time right there. 0-2 now. Up high. Ball 1. 1-2. Trevino digs into the mound. They keep going back to the shot of the guy with a shoe on his hat for some reason in the audience. I don't know why the cameraman finds that compelling. 1-2 here now. Trevino set. The wind, the delivery. Outside. Oh, almost a passed ball there. Good job by the catcher to stay in front of that one. Trevino really trying to snap that slider off with a little extra oomph. Suarez doing, like I say, they get themselves into the hole in the bucket early in counts, but they've also done a good counterbalance to this of then getting the counts back a little bit towards their favor of things. 2-2. Bases loaded. Bottom of the 12th. Here's the delivery in the inside. 3-2. 3-2. Nowhere else to put them. No more pitches to throw. The fans are on their feet, egging Suarez on, saying, Eugenio. Suarez chews on that gum with nervousness and wipes the sweat from his brow. Readjusts his grip on the bat and takes a long look at Trevino. Catcher calls time. Everybody can just feel those butterflies up in their throat, dropping back down to their stomach and right out the back of their butt. What can he do here, folks? Does Eugenio have it in him here to be the hero? Who is going to be the batter to maybe save the day for your Mariners today? 3-2. Trevino set. The pitch. Swing and a miss on ball 4. That would have won the game. Suarez breaks his bat in half like Bo Jackson over his knee. Trevino pumps his fist from the pitcher. And he got him early in the count, swing on a pitch like that. 2 of the swings in that at bat by Suarez were out of the zone. He destroys his bat on the deal, and we are going into another inning. Whoo, what a night to stream. Here we go. Oh my goodness. We're going to be here till 6 in the morning. Jared Fillion says, no one deserves to win this game. I feel bad for Cole and Castillo. Boy, the pitching in this game has been just absolute nails. And, both sides, no hitters are able to do anything against these pitchers so far. I mean, even as we've gotten deep into the bullpens here, it's not like you're just facing the top-end guys, the stopper to the closer. You've gone through the stopper. You've gone through the closer. You should be at the point in that inning where, and again, I just come back to if you could just somehow play small ball, if you could just somehow find a way to lay down a bunt and get the guy over, this all becomes a lot easier. But as the Mariners are shown in this game, and the Yankees haven't even tried to play small ball, it hasn't done them any favors to play it this way, right? So the people that want to be on the side saying, oh, bunts don't work, and the bunt thing isn't what they should do, and the bunt's not the way the analytics tell you to go. Well, okay, we've had, 5-6 situations now where we've had one batter that's taken the opportunity, being the guy who's on second, nobody out to take the bunt, being Crawford, and he was successful in doing so, where everybody else has been free swinging away, and it's worked not at all in the favor of those teams doing so. I really question that approach when all you got to get is one win to win this game. One run. Doesn't matter whether the Yankees or the Mariners here. We can see that. One's going to get it done. Truth but funny, both teams are bad. Both teams are bad, but neither team can hit today. You got 8 hits in 12 innings. We're about to average a half a hit every inning here. And Brash is back out up on the hill now. DJ LeMahieu, good wheels out there on second. And Aaron Judge is quickly going to be intentionally walked to first. No surprise there. Let's see if now they have pinch hit here, so they probably will bunt in this situation, I would imagine, as Donaldson's out of the game. All right, let's see how they do it here. And he is showing bunt, ball. Buddha Magic says Kazuhiro Suzuki's warming up in the pen. If only if Natsuki Oyama was watching from Japan. Thank you, Natsuki. Hope you're liking the stream show. Nice slider there by Brash. 1-1 to Andrew Benintendi. The man says it's the game that never ends. We might be here forever. Roy Alters, for the next inning, the Yanks will try to activate Ron Guidry. That's right. Him and his mustache. Bring it out of the pen. Dust it off. Dust off that old stash. 283 says, put Munoz in a Bernardino jersey for the 14th inning. I'm with it. We're in a by any means necessary approach here at this point, folks. Whatever it takes. Andrew Benintendi got a 2-1 count here. Runners on first and second. Not showing bunt. Swinging through. 2-2. Swung right over the top of that slider. Benintendi's 1 for 4 with a single and a stolen base in this game. Brash comes set. 2-2 delivery. Strike 3. They continue to be hard on him as they can, aren't they? Paints it out on that outside part of the plate. LeMahieu doesn't like the call. Well, not LeMahieu, but Benintendi. Brilliant pitch there by Brash. Starts outside and just swings right back over the back edge of the plate. 1 man down. Wow. Wow. Joshua Lapp says, as a Jays fan, I'm cheering for the Mariners right now. We need every bit of help we can get at this point, Josh. Every bit. And I know we're doing you favors by helping you by a win, but I don't care. Whatever we can take to get the support right now. We need that support. Marwin Gonzalez comes up to the plate now. He's hitting .215 with 3 home runs on the year. Mark Thurston walk Judge. You got to walk Judge there. And again, they don't go for the bunt. 1-0. Eddie Hung says, as I've said many times, baseball is a game of offense. Who cares about great pitching? Oh, man, I think it's all of that. It's great pitching, it's great defense, and it's offense. It all makes it what it is. And Brash is falling behind here, 2-0. Do not want to walk a guy hitting .215 here. Brash, come after this guy now. Come on. Did a great job getting that strikeout there. Don't waste it here by not coming after this guy. Just a fastball in. He's going to take. Why are you throwing a slider? Wow, this game is going to go to 4 in the morning, I think. Oh, my God. It's a full moon tonight. This is definitely a full moon game. That makes sense. That explains everything. Here's the pitch. Nice fastball. There you go. Should have done that on 2-0. 3-1 now. Stay with it here, Brash. Guy's hitting .215. You got yourself behind, but make him swing the bat. (3-1). Here's a delivery. Runner on first and second. Knocked back. 2 strikes. Batter swung at ball 4. We saw it on our side with Eugenio swinging at 2 pitches, which would have him walked and won the game. And here indeed you see with the Yankees batters too. All of these hitters in these lineups on both sides are very anxious to be the guy to save the day. And then both pitchers on both sides aren't necessarily just pumping in the zone here from the bullpen. They are trying to get swings and misses and bad swings out of the zone. And they're succeeding in doing so here a little bit. Brash comes set, 3-2. Runners on first and second. Top of the 13th. High ball 4. Horrible miss. Just what a strange game. You walk a batter hitting 215 in this game. He got behind him 2-0 and then messes around with a slider 2-0, which is hard to hit the zone with as a strike, especially with a guy like Brash who throws with such violent movement. And you throw that 2-0 that then falls you into 3-0 where you can't have any miss at that point. And loading the bases here down puts a runner on third with 1 out. Make them beat you. They haven't been able to put it in play well against you all game. All right, this will bring up Gleyber Torres now. Gleyber 0 for 4 in this game. A boy now, a lot more dangerous hitter than what you were just dealing with before there. Matt Beater, why is he so wild? I don't know, man. And now he's up high here to Gleyber. Come on, settle down, kid. The messing around with the slider 2-0 was just dumb. That's where the catcher's got to shake him off and get him into a fastball there. Make Marwin put it in play. 1-0 delivery. Swing and a miss. Another batter swinging out of the zone, far out of the zone on a pitch. Hitters are bailing out these pitchers in this game. That ball was 3 to 4 inches up high, and he just wildly swinging at it. 1-1 count. Brash comes set. Swing and a miss. Gleyber again swinging out of his shoes on that pitch. Makes himself jog a couple steps towards the first base side after that swing. He was trying to put so much into it. Definitely trying to end this one on one swing. One, two. Bases loaded. 1 out. Brash comes set. Ooh, nice pitch on 1-2. A little slider there at the bottom of the zone, but just does miss. Christian Jones, who's at bat? Gleyber Torres is at bat. And Mariners are going to have Chris Flexen get warmed up in the hill. Here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Gleyber Torres doing Matt Brash a lot of favors. I think two of those swings were at pitches that were not in the zone. We saw this with Eugenio in the last at bat. Put in a position to kind of succeed there, and you just got to wait on your pitch in the zone. But same thing we saw with Eugenio, where all of those swings by Gleyber are from the back of his heels. I mean, he is loading up to try to get the grand slam rather than just the base hit. 2 men out now. Can Brash work his way out of trouble here? Miguel Andujar up at the plate. Brash comes set. Ooh, looks like he swung. Strike 1 he did. Gnarly slider just bent down. And Miguel couldn't stop himself. Eddie Wong says, what the heck's going on with the Yankee bats? All the bats in this game are, no runs. We're 13 innings. Here comes the pitch. Knocked foul, 0-2. Miguel 1 for 4 in this game. The Mariner crowd up on their feet. They no doubt have to be exhausted from trying to work up time and again here that emotion to try to propel this team forward. The young right-hander comes set. The wind, the delivery, knocked on the ground. Crawford's got it. He's up with it with a strong throw, and that will retire the side. We're going to keep on going here, folks. Bottom of the 13th inning. Tie game 0-0. Major League game of the year. I'm sorry, I'm calling it. I don't care if you're a fan of the Padres, Phillies, Mets, or anything else. This is then the best game of the year. It ain't offensive explosion, but my God, every pitcher, every moment, an inch away from failure, from tragedy. One little mistake, one off-put pitch. And yet we've seen both of these staffs, starting pitchers and bullpen, toe that line all game long. Voodoo Magic, I need a cigarette too. And I don't smoke. So again, I harp on this, as I've said with this, is we're in this bottom of the 13th now. You have the 10th, 11th, 12th, top of the 13th, right? So you've had 7 different opportunities for the opening batter of the inning to sacrifice, bunt a player over, and move that guy to third base at that point and then try to knock him in. When only one team's done it once with Crawford. I don't think we're going to see it this next inning either, because you're going to have Raleigh up, which means he's probably going to be free swinging again as well. But I just do question a little bit of this approach from both teams' standpoint. It doesn't seem to be bearing out results and getting you runs by having the guys free swing. And I know that the third baseman and the first baseman are playing up, but as we saw with Crawford, that was the case, and he was still able to lay that bunt down. Who knows? Maybe the big dumper's a great bunter. Big dump, great bunt. Big dump, great bunt. Big dump, great bunt. Big dump, great bunt. Roy, they need to let the Yankees start hitting with the run already scored. I was going to say the same thing about my Mariners. Matthew Nortwest, I need a fat joint after this game. Seriously. Need one of those big cigar blunts. Those big haul, not the little Swisher Sweets. I'm talking the big Cubana-sized ones. Fans are already on their feet here to begin this inning. They know what's involved. And again, they're going to the rally hat shoe guy. Hasn't helped so far. Don't know why they keep showing him. If I was that guy, I'd be like having somebody call him and like turn around so they can see your face. I can see the back of your head with the shoes on your hat. Skylar Thomas says it's cake time for the big dump. That's right. That's right. That's right. A little double-decker action here. And Joshua Lazinga is in the game. And we're getting deep into this Yankees pen. You got a lefty on righty matchup here. Eugenio Suarez out at second base. Moves okay. First pitch swinging on a line, and that's a base hit. Suarez will hold up at third. First and third. Nobody out. The Mariners continue to your early pitch swing on at bats. And we are set up. We are set up here, folks. Great job of hitting there by Raleigh. I'd love some more patience in the lineup, but you got the base hit, which we desperately needed somebody to get a hit here in this lineup, and he did so. The table is set. The table is set. First and third. Nobody out. And a guy in this position up at the bat that you feel pretty good with here, and J.P. Crawford. Can the Mariner leader, the Mariner captain here, provide that spark to get him through it? He takes the first pitch, 98-mile-an-hour fastball at the knees for strike one. Doesn't like that pitch. Shakes his head a little bit, does JP after that one. Taps the plate. Pinwheels that bat around. Eugenio on third. Cal on first. Nobody out. Bottom of the 13th inning. Lazinga comes set. The delivery. Another great pitch by Lazinga at the knees. Just right there at the knees on Crawford. Two beautiful pitches here by Lazinga. Crawford steps back in. Let's see if he can stay alive. Infield is in. Marginal contact, even little floater contact will get the runner in with the infield in as deep as they are. Crawford takes a deep breath, steps out, gets back up into the box. See what we can do here. 0-2. Lazinga comes set. Crawford ready. The pitch. Inside. Good eye. That pitch was very close to the previous 2 pitches for Crawford, but he can sense just a little bit inside on it. Just a little bit. Good job, JP. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Lazinga throwing smoke here at 98. JP 0 for 3 with the sack bunt the last time he was up. Twirls that bat. Lazinga comes set. 1-2 pitch. Knocked on the ground. This will get the runner out. It will move the runner over from second, but it will not get the runner in from third. Just can't get the solid contact. Our guys are just can't get it. They're just getting tricklers here. And when you need help, when nothing's working in your favor, who do you call upon? That's right. Ham Swaggerty. It's Ham Swaggerty time here, folks. Are they going to intentionally walk him again? We know they've got the fear of God in their hearts for the man. And indeed they do, once again, it looks like, given the base. Yes, of course, it perverts the double playability and the force out at home, but we know it's truly the fear of Ham Swaggerty that's instilled in the hearts of these Yankees, causing them to walk him again. After all, he's already had a couple hits in this game. Best hitter in this lineup right now for your Mariners. The Yankees pitching coach will come out to the mound to give a little talk with Lazinga about how they are going to approach this next batter. This does indeed bring, it would look like, Santana to the plate here. Santana had this very same opportunity the last time that he was up. Runner on third. All you need to do is lift a fly ball. Lazinga has done a very nice job of this inning of pounding low in the zone, which is very key, I think, here in the respect of it's hard to lift those balls that are at your knees. You're more likely to put it on a line drive. So it's going to be hard to get that ball up there if he does indeed try to go in that direction of things. And the Mariners are going to pinch hit Carlos Santana here. Okay. And this is going to bring up Luis Torrens. I don't hate this. Luis Torrens, much like Santana, has a little bit of a natural lift to the way that he hits. He's pretty good about that, being able to generate fly balls even from low pitches, especially when he uses opposite field power. Look for Torrens to try to drive this out into right field, as that's a natural way at the stroke, and it's an easier way to lift the ball. They're going to try to pound him in on the zone to keep him from doing it, and that was the pitch right there to do it. Outside 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Lazinga missed his spot. The catcher set up inside. Pitch was on the outside corner, and that was the pitch to get it done on right there. I know I'm preaching patience with these guys, but I also preach look for the pitch in a spot. 0-1. Don't get into 0-2 here. And he does. Gets himself into 0-2. Just a weak swing. The amount of, in this extra inning affair alone, I think I must have counted about 9 or 10 just half swings, mid swings, just meek swings where they're not really committed to fully going through the zone. 0-2 now. Hits that ball in a line. Base hit. Base hit. Game over. Game over. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Are you not entertained? Luis Torrens, 0-2 count. I told you guys he's going to be looking opposite field. It's the easier way, especially when you're protecting, to try to just get the ball lifted out into right field in that manner. He did so. He got more in a line drive, of course, because the pitch is going to be low. Lazinga's going to try to keep that down by the kneecaps. Went with the pitch. The infield's playing in close because they want to prevent the play at the plate. They want to have a chance of the play at the plate. And Torrens, backup catcher for the Mariners, who has struggled this year, had just a tough time getting through, worked through a little bit of injuries, I believe, at one point. Manages to knock that one out and put to game, put to rest, put to close what I'm going to say is the game of the year here in Major League Baseball so far, and it will probably stand through the rest of this season. It's going to take one type of mighty game to knock this off. I know that they say that the fans are driven to the modern league baseball because of scoring and runs, and that's what they're going to like. And yeah, we all know chicks dig the long ball. But at the end of the day, a well-played pitching duel, two teams playing great defense, neither team able to make a mistake, nor either team making that dire mistake. Both teams staying on top of it, both teams doing what they could. Certainly, I would have loved to have seen a little bit more with both sides of these teams trying to incorporate a little bit more small ball when you're getting a free runner at the start of the base. The old school baseball mind in me is just screaming up at the clouds like the old man saying, "Get off my lawn," when I watch these teams swinging away with no outs and a runner on second. But nonetheless, there has been a common element you've seen of this Mariner team, and it doesn't just go back through the span of this season. You've seen it through the course of now the last two seasons. It's part of why we think this team might be built just a little bit more differently than the teams of the last 20 years. Because of the fact that resiliency is always seemingly there. They told us last year, it's the run disparity, and you guys having so many wins in run-won games. This can't be sustainable. There'll be a regression to the mean, certainly, by the next year. You guys will fall back down to earth from these heavens of close victories. But indeed, that has not been the case this year. And indeed, they have continued to show that resilience because it is not by happenstance or luck. It is not by some fluky stat. It is because you play a type of game in the way you play it that's going to lead you to closer affairs. And when you get used to playing in those type of close games, you don't get as tight as on more often than not. You stay a little more looser in those situations. You're anticipating something good to happen as opposed to waiting for the bad to occur, which is what often happens with bad baseball teams. This Mariner team once again showed you tonight. It took a long time to get there. The starting pitchers out there were just working magic. They were pumping the zone, working in different pitches. When they needed to make a pitch at a certain time, they didn't even really get themselves into much trouble, did Castillo or Garrett Cole on the other side of it. It was masterful performances by both of them in that respect. And the bullpens as well, you got to give props to either side. They had, again, no room for error. None of these guys coming in could do anything bad. And I think I almost low-key want to give Matt Brash player of the game here, not only because he went two innings, kept the Yankees out with having a runner in second in both of those two innings. That's amazing. But that play that he made on the comebacker up the middle where he's got the glove going behind his back, picks the ball, and then has the cognizance at that moment to then look back to second rather than just go quickly to first, which is a natural instinct as a pitcher to do. And then looking back at second, which the second baseman didn't have to go, there wasn't a force out, but he caught the runner on second, leaning a little bit further, and that's such a huge out there to go and get at that point, getting not only that one, because then it also led, of course, to the runner from first, who after you get the chase down there at second base, then you've got the runner from first going to second, and you get two outs in that play. An amazing play, one of the plays of the year as well, on top of being game of the year. This is why I like watching baseball. I love watching runs scored as well as anybody, but I'm a pitcher in my old school at heart, and watching these guys work like they did today, vary it up, hit different locations, not make it easy on these hitters. To me, it's a beautiful thing. It's like a well-worked art that you're getting watched as far as a mural goes. But what a game. And Luis Torrens, he's just got doused. He's wearing the Spartan-looking helmet. Big smile on his face. You got to give your nod to him for coming in there and giving you a big at-bat there and getting that base hit. Down 0-2. You know he's thinking, God, I can't strike out here. We'll get two outs. Manages to get the barrel of the bat on the ball. Something I say very often on this channel is if you get the barrel of the bat on the ball, good things happen. Devin says, wow, totally worth falling asleep, getting up to pee and watching the last two innings. Awesome. My blood, the Seattle Mariners after 13 innings. That's right. William Alexander, it's over. We got the win. We got the win. We only got one, but one was indeed truly enough tonight. What a big win by your Mariner team today. Props to them. Great job by them. Man, I'm loving doing these streams, and boy, this just makes it all the much more funner when you get this kind of game. Two of the better teams in the American League, two teams that are looking to have playoff aspirations, two teams that no doubt may end up facing each other down the road, and both going tet for tet, punch for punch. This is like watching two sluggers in the middle of the ring, and each one's just taking their turn to take their swing at the other, and both of them are just trying to lay haymakers. It was awesome to watch. Just awesome to watch. Please do, if on your way out, hit that like button. We had well over 200 people in the chat. That was awesome to see. Thank you to all the folks who jumped in, the new folks. But do please hit the like and subscribe if you're not already. I really do appreciate it. I will probably be missing tomorrow because we got the midday 12 o'clock game, but we will be back, I believe, on the channel here on Saturday. So I want to thank everybody for being so awesome in the chat, Some great energy to the Yankee fans who came in the chat. You guys are cool. Awesome. Nobody came in being toxic or anything like that. So tip of the cap to you New York fans coming in. I hope you guys can appreciate that it was a loss. But again, you just participated in the game of the year your ball club did. And you guys aren't going anywhere as far as you're still on your playoff trajectory. You guys will be just fine when it's all said and done. This Mariner team is plucky. We're gritty. And we sometimes just kind of find a way. That's just who we are. Thank you to all of you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys. What a great game. What an exciting affair. And beyond all that, please do not forget as we wait on this next game, the rubber match tomorrow, and we see if our Mariners can take another series here. Please do not ever, ever, ever forget. Go Mariners.